thank you for patronizing the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour, live from the San Pedro Elks Club, right off of Western. Brought to you by Chevrolet and Sweet James Accident Attorneys. 800-500-5200. Sign up to win one of these. A brand new Chevy Silverado.
Welcome to the Petros and Money Virtual Chevy Summer Tour. Brought to you by Chevy. Find new roads. Here is Petros Papadakis and Matt Money Smith.
One man's theology is another man's belly laugh.
Strong it out, Vic, Petros and Money. AM 570 LA Sports Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. It is a pool party. P, we are at your Elks Lodge, San Pedro Elks Club from 3 until 6 p.m. The first stop of the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour is officially underway.
And we're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. We're live on AM 570. We are live, Matt,
on YouTube.
And I believe it's working and fully operational.
Fully operational, says Wacko.
Ricky Wacko, social media Matt, everybody in the house doing their due diligence to make it work. And Dave Weiss from Promotions has set up the pool at the Elks Club here in San Pedro, California. And it's a beautiful day in San Pedro. The sun is shining. There's a line for food. We have 3 bars in a triangular area, much like they trapped JFK, according to the movie by Oliver Stone, JFK. That's
never heard of him.
Triangle of bars that everybody, like, there might be a line for this bar, but there's plenty of room at that bar, and then you have the bar at the end of the pool. We got the free food, because I love the food over there.
And we love the prices.
Exactly right.
Because it's free. Thank you to Lauren and the folks at Chef Merito. All that. Round of applause for Chef Merito. They're providing the food today. That's right. Those tacos and those hamburgers, courtesy of our friends at Chef Merito. Another shout out for those of you that want to, maybe lay off the booze for a second. Our friends at C4 have brought all the energy drinks. Those are available for free as well. And our friends at Body Armor have provided drinks as well. All free. I asked Dave Weiss if we were going to run out, P, and he said, I've planned for 500 people. So we ought to be all right between now and the end of the broadcast.
And much like a tacky wedding, but a classy radio party, it's a cash bar, ladies and gentlemen. It's a cash bar. And speaking of class, the last time we did the show here from the Elks Club in 2014, this was a burnt down carcass of a building, a smoldering pile of broken dreams and good times gone awry, Matt. And look at it now. It's like it's a caste system. I feel like I'm in the Roman Colosseum.
Well, it was a card game gone wrong.
Yeah, Elks up there.
And now, yes, it is a testament that anything that burns will certainly rise from the ashes. And look at this glorious structure overlooking us, and as you said, Pete, judging us. The VIP section.
Look at that. No plastic silverware or cups up there.
No, that's white linens. That's what that is.
Beautiful.
So we will be here until 6 p.m. Pete, we got a ton of stuff that we're giving away. We were a little nervous about it before we came, going to be quite honest with you. And then Dave Weiss, as he regularly does, as good as it comes, he has loaded us up with prizes. Every single commercial break, We're giving away tickets to Dodgers Angels on Tuesday. We're going to be broadcasting live from Dodger Stadium. And we've got 5 pair of tickets to be with us in the suite, the AM 570 LA Sports Suite. So we'll give away a pair of those throughout the commercial breaks. On top of all that, we've got a barbecue we're giving away. We've got a chef. Oh, who doesn't want to leave a pool party with a plastic bag full of spices?
Everybody.
And marinades. We're giving one of those away as well.
And the little tiny barbecue tucked under your arm like a football. That doesn't feel bad either.
And the reason we're here, the centerpiece of the Petros and Money Summer Tour is
the brand new 2022 Chevrolet Silverado. My Chevrolet Silverado is parked right over there, and I believe it's getting switched out in about 5 days.
Is that right?
So say goodbye to the white high country. My Armenian mobile is gone. On Wednesday to come, and the brand new Chevy Silverado to be displayed at the rest of the summer tour will be bestowed upon me. And we bestow every single year since 2014 from this very Elks Club, where I gave away the very first Chevy Silverado on the Petros and Money Show, right up there. Matt and I with the wireless mics. We are giving away
in front of the charred remains.
Yeah,
of the Elks Club as the backdrop.
It's like a great movie. There's a big explosion, but a beautiful car comes out of the explosion and drives on, and the credits roll. And we have. There it goes.
There it is.
The sign-up station is right over here. So if you're here, the one thing that keeps the Chevy Summer Tour going is that a bunch of people sign up to win the Chevy Silverado. So sign up to win the Chevy Silverado. It doesn't cost you anything. You might actually end up with a gigantic truck and then a tax situation to deal with that you did not even imagine was headed your way at the end of the summer. So make sure you get over there and sign up for the Chevy truck. Hey, it's just logistics. We're just talking about logistics.
And you know what? The food line's a little long right now. There's nobody in line to sign up for the Chevy. So, it's the old buy low, sell high, right? Stay out of the line while that's long. Come sign up for the Chevy. By the time you're done, line gets a little shorter. You get your food, and maybe you win a truck out of the whole thing.
And if you are an Elk, you can go up to the beautiful Elks Lodge balcony display loge area here. And you don't have to be a San Pedro Elk. You can be any kind of elk.
I could be a Lakewood Elk.
You could be a Lakewood Elk.
I could be a Bellflower Elk.
You could be a Bellflower Elk.
Could I be a Huntington Beach Elk?
Sacramento Elk.
What?
Telluride Elk.
Waikiki Elk?
Yes.
How about that?
Any kind of elk, and they can't keep you out of that area, although San Pedro is a fist-fighting town, and that should be known. We have a DJ today.
DJ Drew.
DJ Drew is here, and he was regaling us with K-Rock style sounds.
A little bit of alt-rock, yeah.
Yeah, we were having a good time, and we will continue the party during the breaks and during the show, Matt. We have a hell of a show for everybody.
Very
we have
excited.
A big lineup of people.
Very excited. I think as we've done this for 9 years, a big theme of the Petros and Money Show's Chevy Summer Tour has been the embracing of local music and seminal artists that have helped craft the sound of a particular area where we are set up. And tonight we pay tribute to the South Bay, and particularly South Bay punk rock. Seminal artists that helped chart a course for the music you hear today. Some of the stuff that DJ Drew is spinning,
that's right,
would not exist were it not for our man Mike Watt, who is going to join us in the 5 o'clock hour. And it would not exist were it not for our friend Jim Lindberg of Pennywise, who is going to join us in the 4 o'clock hour. And a man who grew up on those sounds.
Oh, a real dildo.
And now spreads that South Bay punk rock vibe via the 818 area code on Spectrum Sportsnet for the Lakers, our dear friend. And he does it on the PA for the AVP. And you know what? He'll just come to your local beach game, and he'll grab a mic or a megaphone, and he'll start calling your game as well. Chris Geeter-McGee going to join us in the very next segment.
He might do some AVP type of intros for the kids in the pool, some of the local kids here at the Elks Club. It depends on how many drinks we get in them. So we do
How many drinks for you today?
None so far. But we do have a fabulous show set up with Jim Lindberg, Mike Watt, and Chris Geeter-McGee, not to mention anyone and everyone in the city of San Pedro who wants a piece of this microphone. Scary Jerry from the comic book store. I don't see him yet. He might be still peddling the books. And then, of course, Nick Riera wants to talk surf breaks.
Would love that.
Told me he could get you out there on the Cove.
Let's go.
He wants to come by. He says he'll be around at 5:30.
Love it.
And I said, I can't put you on at 5:30, Nick. We got Mike Watt. He goes, oh, Mike Watt's a legend.
And we have the first football family of, what's their neighborhood?
Who?
Colleen and John.
Point Vicente.
Point Vicente. They're swinging by at 4:30. They said, don't need to put us on. We're just there to heckle and have a good time.
Oh, we got a space for him right
Exactly.
here. So we are brought to you by our friends at Sweet James Accident Attorneys. If you're hurt in an accident, give them a call at 800-500-5200. C4 Energy Drinks, Matt. We got them all over the place.
I'm drinking the strawberry watermelon ice right now, P, and let me tell you something. It says superhuman performance, and that's not just a label. All right, that's reality right there. I've taken a couple sips, and I feel like I'm superhuman. I'm going to do a freaking cannonball off that diving board in the first commercial break.
We're going to make sure we're having a good time, and we're not having a good time until we're sure that people's heads are flying off their shoulders, a la C4 Energy Drink. Ignite your fire. Not to mention Body Armor, which is more than a sports drink. You want to sports it up? How about some Body Armor?
And our friends at Zing Zang, we were talking to Tom. They got a brand new.
I mean, how hydrated are our listeners expected to be?
We're going to be peeing in that pool like crazy.
No!
It's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible.
You know, I resent that.
I'm sorry. There's porta potties, folks. They're scattered throughout. And you know what? For the guys, nice little bush area back here against the cinder blocks, you know? It's all good.
Some guy was like, hey, I'm looking at a Google Maps image of the Elks Club right now, and the pool is empty, and it's filled with stagnant water. And I was like, oh, God.
Oh, no. That is some serious chlorination they got going in there. That is beautiful clear water.
And
how about a 12-foot deep pool, by the way? How many spots still have a 12-foot deep pool? Feel good diving off that board.
This Elks went up many, many centuries ago, Matt.
Had to hide that.
We're very proud to have it here. We're also brought to you by the title sponsor, the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour. Chevrolet, changing lives every summer, giving away a brand new Chevy Silverado. Strong for all the roads ahead. Life is better in a Chevy Silverado. But guess what?
What's that?
It's a Frogman Friday.
Frogman.
Paseo Del Mar was my pedaling path.
Frogman.
Checked Royal Palms and heard the ocean laugh. On a Frogman Friday, the Petros and Money Show embraces the sea as we are above the biggest and busiest harbor in the world. Los Angeles Harbor, Long Beach Harbor, San Pedro Harbor.
Frogman.
President spoke at the USS Iowa today.
Didn't slow me down. Get out of town, Mr. President. I got to cross the VTB. And it was open.
Matt still got over the glorious Henry Ford and Vincent Thomas Bridge. On a Frogman Friday, we also embrace the legend and the lore of a great show called Sea Hunt, shot right around the corner here at Marineland of the Pacific, starring Lloyd Bridges as Mike Nelson.
Any combat unit is only as effective as its human components. Out of the 20 men that I'd started with, I wound up with only 2 who were capable of passing on to others the knowledge they acquired. Tomas Vilakis, age 26. University of Princeton, wealthy family. Good diver, very quick to learn. But under that aristocratic poise ran a stubborn streak. Paul Ramirez, age 28, called Indio. Orphaned since birth. High school education padded by a healthy curiosity and some years in the service. If you had to pick a word to characterize Indio, it would be happy.
Happy.
Happy is right.
Happy.
Hey, my cousin's here, Nina.
Hi, Nina.
She works at the Boneyard down the street.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Green Hills.
What do you got for me? A free plot?
Yeah. Well, no, Matt, but a hat. A Boneyard hat and polo.
I'll take that.
Hey, I'm serious, Don.
I know. Shooting for the stars. I'm like, can I get a plot out of this? No, I'll take a hat as a consolation prize.
Our boss is here, and I have to say, I know that you're more of a Forest Lawn guy, but I have to say, Green Hills is a great boneyard. I mean, a lot of the Blackmores are at the Green Hills Boneyard, and it's a great boneyard.
Outside of the...
my cousin works there at the Green Hills Boneyard.
Nina, outside of the 6 feet of dirt...
You can't sue them, they're dead.
...that I got a view of. What else do I have a view of? Besides the 6 feet of dirt that I'll have a view of, what do I have a view of?
The Vincent Thomas Bridge.
Come on, I love a good bridge.
You can see the light.
Eternity of the bridge.
The whole thing.
I'm all for that.
Don McLean, Ronnie.
What are you, nuts? get that stuff to Florida. Do you know what that's like these days? You've got the freaking Navy everywhere. You got Frogmen? You got EC2s with the satellite tracking stuff. You got the freaking Bell 209 assault choppers up the ass. We are losing 1 out of every 9 loads. No duck walk anymore. Let me tell you. Forget about money. What do you suggest that is reasonable?
C-Lab. Thank you, Ronnie.
Looking for me, you better check under the sea, 'cause that is where you'll find me, underneath the sea, lab, underneath the water, sea,
Oh, nice.
lab, at the bottom of the sea.
Thank you, Ronnie. We appreciate that, and thank you for being here. Oh, there's wow, everybody. Coach King, Coach Marcus, and
What's
Miss
up, Coach?
Margolin from those are the teachers of my children at the Riviera Lutheran School in Redondo Beach.
Beautiful.
So, local event here in San Pedro, and plenty of room to come, and we got lots of food and 3 bars, as we said. This is the, can I have some sea shanty type music, Ronnie? San Pedro Elks Club burned down in 2014. Reopened August 2020. We were here in August 2014 after the fire. And now we, the Petros and Money Show, have returned like the prodigal son. Give him water. Now, I'm not mad that the Elks does not have us listed on the calendar as having an event here on their website.
Did they think it was a private event?
Well, they do have Bohemian Queen, a theatrical tribute, a Queen week from today.
I'd like to see that.
$60 at the door,
Is that right?
including dinner, buffet dinner, cash bar, just like the one we have here. And Matt, we aren't charging $60 today.
Charging nothing.
It's a free party.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. Free party. Free burgers, free tacos, free waters, free sodas, free energy drinks, free body armor. Come on.
We also have a cash bar
We do.
that we would like you to patronize. Despite that internet oversight, we still appreciate the benevolent protective order of Elks number 966, which is where we are today, and perhaps consider this a warm-up for the big Elks pool party July 4th here for Elks members.
You'll be here?
Hamburgers, $6. Our burgers,
Free. Courtesy of Chef Merito. Thank you, Lauren.
chips, $4.
Ours?
Free.
Thank you, Chef Merito.
Our hamburgers and chips are free.
That's right.
They also have an Eagles tribute show August 12th,
Oh, yeah?
$60. Cash bar. Same deal as the Queen show. Buffet dinner.
Included.
Correct. That one's called The Boys of Summer.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I can see you.
So consider this an appetizer
A little more Don Henley than Eagles, you know? Interesting.
to the great summer we have planned. Exactly, that's a Henley
You would think
solo
they'd call
song.
it like Life in the Fast Lane or something.
Now, Matt, I'm dressed like this for continuity with the show that's on YouTube because we are on YouTube.
YouTube.com/AM570LA Sports.
But I did go San Pedro shopping yesterday.
Okay.
And I will be changing during the break.
Well, you have multiple outfits now.
Well, yeah, I have my my Ben Davis.
Okay.
I bought yesterday.
Are you going to cut off? Are you going to cut them off?
If anybody has scissors, I will cut them off. The Sizzler on Western is now closed.
Malibu chicken forever.
But yeah, I got these Ben Davis at the Surplus Guy on 6th Street.
Okay.
Waist 40. I'm normally a 38, but in San Pedro, if you wear your pants too tight, you get beat up. And
Is that right?
yeah.
Would seem like loose pants would hinder you in a fight.
Yeah, you'd think.
You would think,
But
right?
people really spread out. And
Really set their base.
I also bought this American-themed San Pedro T-shirt
Oh, Summit of the Americas.
at Urban Feet, Summit of the Americas.
Summit of the Americas, right here, man.
Hey, Trinidad. Not my dad. I went to the Badfish, Matt, store.
Perfect.
On 6th Street, and I got
the three-eyed fish.
The famous three-eyed fish T-shirt.
Beautiful.
So I will be changing into this more Pedro-appropriate gear as the show goes on. Here in San Pedro, you wear a T-shirt like this that I'm wearing right now, this polo.
Get your ass kicked.
You're looking to get your ass kicked. I also have a Badfish hat.
All right.
I'm looking to wear. So welcome to San Pedro, right? Welcome to the San Pedro Elks Club. We'll go to break, Ronnie, and we'll be right back with the great Chris Geeter McGee.
Come see us. We'll be here till 6 p.m. Meet Mike Watt. Meet Jim Lindbergh. Meet Chris Geeter McGee. And drink for free. As long as it's not alcohol. That's a cash bar.
This is Body Armor Edge.
Morant brings it up towards the oh, what a move! Over to Diggins Smith. A little razzle-dazzle. Back to John. Finishing Smith. Thunder is done. Here's the pitch to Mookie Betts. He launches it deep.
Get it done, I gotta move.
Murray drops
Put
back.
in work, you can't stop me, I won't lose.
Finds opening. And touchdown!
With 100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes, it's more than a sports drink. It's Body Armor Edge. This is Body Armor Edge.
You know, I wasn't expecting anybody, Chef, but when you're cooking with Chef Merito, you never know who's going to show up. I better go get the door.
Hey,
come on in, Dustin.
Chef Merito smells phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, man. I promised you we were going to come up with some good Mexican and Tex-Mex dishes. This is Chef Cipriano from Chef Merito, who's come up with something special just for you, Tex-Mex style. Chef, what do you got?
Today we're going to be making chicken tinga, a traditional Mexican staple.
All right, Chef, let's get started. That's the ground garlic, lemon pepper, little cumin, and bake it in the center for about 20 minutes. All right, well, Dustin, you've got that chicken cooking in the oven right now for 20 minutes, what, at 400 we said. And now we move to the sauces. Okay, start with the big items, right? The tomatoes.
And the garlic, and the bouillon, and chipotle. We got the adobo.
Boy, that chicken is just falling apart. It's so nice.
Oh, it smells so good.
Now that's the sauce that Dustin had all pre-mixed with the food processor. Hey, Chef, you know what else I like is the color. It blends in. It matches the color of Dustin's beard.
Yeah, it does. They might
Get
hear
it all over.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
I won't be able to see it.
Well, it smells great, Dustin. Time to put it all together.
Let's do it.
All right, we're ready to make this taco now. We have our beautiful marinated chicken tinga here.
Look at that color. Wow.
And then we're going to add some salsita
Okay.
roja.
A little avocado.
Yeah.
Avocado sauce.
Pickled onions.
And cilantro. That looks so good.
It does look really good. All right, it's time for a bite.
Buen provecho. Oh, it's so good. Look how juicy that is.
Wow, that's a phenomenal bite. Great job.
I don't think any of those tacos are going to make it home to Millie to impress her. What are you going to do?
I think we're going to have to make a nacho bucket for her because I'm going to eat all the tacos.
You got it. What's your record for taco consumption?
I'm not very proud of this, but I'm going to have to go with 12.
12 tacos,
12 tacos.
man.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work. This good? Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Tim Cates, and thank you for watching the Petros Some Money Chevy Summer Tour 2022. It's stop number 1 here at the Elks Lodge in San Pedro. Thank you so much for watching. If you couldn't be here, we're having a pretty good time right now. It's early, and there is already a couple hundred people hanging out here at the pool, hanging out, eating out, drinking. You can see right behind me, Chris Geeter McGee from the Laker broadcast is going to be on with the guys coming up in just a couple of minutes. We got prizes on site, and for you watching on YouTube, we've got prizes as well. So keep watching. You'll see what we're giving away. We got Dodger tickets to give away. We got great stuff during the breaks. It's a great atmosphere here. I wasn't here 9 years ago. I wasn't here. I had something to do with my kid that day, but this is awesome. Great spot. Get to see the bay over here. We're in the mountains of San Pedro. It's a great spot. So keep watching. Thank you, PMS Summer Tour stop number 1.
Let's go, Lakers! We're on the Petros and Money Show. San Pedro. Woohoo! I come all the way out here from Rancho Cucamonga just to see Petros and Money.
Petros and Money Show, AM 570. LA, I love you.
It's time for Dodger Baseball on your home of the Dodgers, AM 570 LA Sports. It's time for Dodger Baseball on your home of the Dodgers, AM 570 LA Sports. It's time for Dodger Baseball on your home of the Dodgers, AM 570 LA Sports. It's time for Dodger Baseball on your home of the Dodgers, AM 570 LA Sports. It's time for Dodger Baseball on your home.
This is the Vassay Report, featuring Dodger insider David Vassay from Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman, part of the Big Three. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Trey Turner. Do you like the Big Three?
I don't know. I feel like that's loosely used in because that's a basketball term too. But I've heard the Big Three has been thrown around a few days.
Oh, somebody's listening.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Go Casino Dodgers on deck coming up at 6 o'clock with Tim Cates from here. That means the broadcast part of the pool party goes all the way until 7 o'clock. If you're here at the San Pedro Elks or in the area, it's a kid-friendly, people-friendly environment. We have free food, free drinks, and a cash bar. Come on down and smile. And we're brought to you by...
Well, a number of different spots. Let's shout out all of them, because Chef Merito is providing all that free food. So thank you, Lauren, and the folks at Chef Merito for these delicious burgers and tacos. That line is starting to thin out a little bit. Thank you to our friend Tom. Tom's over there in front of that green Zing Zang banner.
Zing Zang!
Get yourself, there you are, Tom. They got the brand new mango margarita right there in the can. Pre-mixed cocktails. We cannot recommend those enough. Also, thank you to our friends at Body Armor. Listen, here's what you do. You're tired, so you drink the C4 energy drink, right? That gives you a little pep. And then you're kind of ready to party. You grab the Zing Zang.
Zing Zang!
And then all of a sudden you got to hydrate, right? So you alternate. So you grab our Body Armor and you hydrate. We got you covered on all fronts. And also Sweet James is going to join us a little bit later. Big thank you to Sweet James. He's a big reason why we can do this summer tour stop. 800-500-5200 if you've been in an accident. And, of course, Chevrolet, because we're giving away. And, by the way...
Sign up to win the Chevy. I see the small line over there. It's right by the bar, so you can get a drink and then get in line. That's what I'd appreciate. Aside from showing up, which makes you a hero to everybody in the world of great sports talk, you do have to sign up to win the Chevy Silverado. And who knows, you, like our next guest, could be a winner.
How about that?
In life and in the world of gaming.
You want to know what it's like to win an automobile?
Let's talk to him. Joining us right now on the Chevy Silverado Celebrity Headset, live at the pool at the Elks Club in the shadow of the rebuilt BPOE 966 here in glorious San Pedro, California.
He's got the yardstick fever, too.
It is Laker broadcaster, volleyball legend, Valley born, but now South Bay bred. Bred in the bone, South Bay. Turned his back on San Fernando.
323 was calling, man. It was calling.
It is Chris.
Every time.
Geeter McGee, Walk Street Geet, joining us right now.
Huge applause.
On the Petros and Money Show. Listen to that roar.
We don't have the
roar from the crowd. We don't have the parabolics here.
Was it that bad of a year?
We just pulled up the parabolics.
Was it that bad of a year?
We're just getting
for the Lake Show.
Kinda.
By the way, stop lying. I never turned my back on the 818.
Don't wave the PMS yard.
By the way, my favorite follow on Twitter.
Isn't that great?
The Petros and Money Union?
Yes.
The listener union?
Yes. Great follow.
When's the last time you drank at an establishment in the 818? When's the last time you went there to have a drink?
In the Valley.
In the Valley.
College Inn, 2013.
The last time we were here at the Elks was 2014.
They put our national championship runner-up, our Final Four banner, because we did not win in the gym finally 20 years after the loss to the Bruins.
Nice.
So we went and celebrated that. We went to the college in Pete, and that was the last time.
You do have a very difficult job, and the answer to your question a little bit earlier is yes.
It was that bad of a year.
It was that bad of a year. It was a terrible year. It was maybe worse than the Dwight. Maybe, I don't know. You're the one that has to go sit there and do it every night.
That's a good question.
You have to sit there and dig for something to talk about in the pregame show.
Yeah.
You've got to polish the turd in the postgame.
He's really helping you out here, isn't he?
No,
He's really helping you out.
It's a hard job, and
when
you guys do it.
When it stinks, put the fan on.
You got
and light a candle.
You guys do better than anybody else,
Peter. By the way.
But I got to ask you, what was worse, the Dwight Howard, Kobe year with Steve Nash, or
cover of Sports Illustrated? Is this the greatest team ever?
Great question. I will tell you why. And by the way, I do appreciate when you two just give me a little love on a text saying like, nice job. This is not easy.
Right.
So I do get that from you two, which really gets me going and helps me.
Usually, if I've been drinking, I'm in a charitable mood.
Yeah. Do you so that Dwight, Kobe, Nash
Every
team
night.
was the most underachieving team for most of the year. They were 10 games under 500.
Yeah.
But they did turn it around
They rallied.
and go like 28-12 down the stretch. So that was much more.
And got booted out of the playoffs in the first round.
Yes.
Yeah, but he got hurt.
Yeah.
Much more enjoyable season,
Dan.
which is tough to say, right? This was
March of
definitely in our, I would say, in my, because that was our first year of the network. So we just finished our 10th season. Year one was easier than year 10 to cover.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah, for sure.
Who would have guessed? 10 teams make the playoffs.
10.
10.
That's what I
There
kept
are
saying.
5 teams that don't, 10 teams that do. All you got to do is be in the top 66%.
Yep.
And you're all right. And the Lakers were not able to accomplish that. So give us an idea of what the offseason's like for you, Geeter. You got a podcast. You got a coach that was just hired.
Yeah.
Or was that an all-day affair?
That was
Is
an all-day
Spectrum
affair.
Sportsnet doing 12 hours of broadcast that day?
Well, when that happens, it's like, let's get the band
Let's go.
together. We got Robert Ory coming in.
Okay.
We're carrying the press conference live. Darvin Ham came over to the studio. We did our Lake Show podcast. We do it once a week. It's a nice off season. We tape a show twice a week. We also do the podcast.
What's the show about?
So it's about the same thing.
It's about the Lakers, man.
Well, it's about Darvin Ham.
Okay,
and
there we
how's
go.
LeBron going to look in year 20?
Right.
And is AD going to be healthy?
Like you cover, like, hey,
Do you
here's
remember
LeBron's Instagram. Look at this. Isn't this cool?
Yes.
Here's Bronny shooting free throws.
I love our producers. They do such a great job
Okay.
of trying to find new stuff to talk about. We do talk about the NBA playoffs, P, because, you got to kind of stay
Yeah,
a little
talk
bit,
Move this over here. I'm
little
going to move
bit
that over there. I'm going to move this back over here
relevant.
this week.
Yeah, so
Next week, this is going to be here. And this is
also
gonna be
doing,
here.
and I know you two have watched it all the time, doing some Galaxy and Sparks on occasion. Thank you,
Wonderful.
Money, for checking
Wonderful.
in.
All right,
R.I.P.
Let's go.
D-Fish, man.
Let's go.
Man, D-Fish, my guy.
Riot Squad forever.
And I watch a lot of Dodgers. Okay. I watch a lot of Dodgers and, kind of dive into that a little bit.
Who's on your 6-man team this year?
Ooh, good question. Pete, you'll be a little bummed to hear this. So
When is the tournament?
Team Fletch. The tournament is August 5th and 6th.
Okay.
It's a Friday, Saturday
Just
night.
right off the top of his head. August 5th and 6th.
And Team Fletch had a wonderful, as you know, 20-year run. I would talk about it often with you guys on the show.
Now, 20-year run competing or 20-year run at the top of the podium?
We were always competing. We won 5 titles in those 20 years.
Wow, that's
a good
pretty
run.
strong.
Yeah, 5 titles
and
is
by
a
the
good
way,
run.
when we actually won in our 20th year, which was kind of crazy, and then we won again in our 22nd year. So 15 and 17, we actually won, and our lineup was mostly guys over 40.
Is that right?
Which is pretty crazy, with a couple of young guys.
Is that RJ and Luke Walton?
They were on the bench.
Oh, is that right?
Then RJ and Luke.
Athletes like
How
Richard
good-
Jefferson
yeah, yeah.
and Luke Walton.
How
RJ
good
and
do you
Luke-
have to be?
You got to be really good. RJ and Luke actually left and created Soho Yoga because that's RJ's his business. He owns Soho
Yeah,
Yoga.
in
And you know
Hermosa
what?
Beach.
I'll be honest with you guys.
South Houston.
Right.
It hurt.
Soho.
It hurt. And when they did that in 2017, it hurt me.
You kicked their
and
ass.
Luke knows it hurt me. So you know what we did?
What'd you do?
Reloaded a little bit. Got a couple young studs. Beat them in the quarterfinals. Won our last title. And then I have rode off into the sunset.
up Chip McCaw
I am
and
now
Dane
in the
Blanton.
old man group. I'm playing with the Del Mar guys, the Jed Bushlers of the world. I'm hanging out. I'm playing in the old man group. No one even knows
Judd
where I am.
Bushlers.
That,
Bushler will slam it on your neck.
By the way, great athlete still. Great surfer, too. Matt, really living the life.
He's one of the greatest athletes walking the earth, and you act like you got some old, rickety old man that's going to walk out. We really had to bring him along.
We play with the old guys now. I don't even go with the. It's a young man's game, guys. It's a young man's game.
I knew a guy.
Rode off into the sunset.
I knew a guy that used to work at TNT, and they had Steve Kerr had a party down there when they were doing the
Rancho Santa Fe
broadcast. Yeah, and he has a court, and they were playing pickup basketball, and he said Bushler showed up in a full suit with the top off, just flapping down, and did a full tomahawk dunk where like the ball hit his foot and just yaga!
Bushy he doesn't wear t-shirts very often. He likes to roll
shirtless.
Why
not?
When he can.
If
when he
50
can.
years old with a six-pack, why not?
When he can.
Judd Bushler. So what do you do if you're the Lakers? I know they call you about this all the time. You know, you guys do.
Geets, what do we do?
Yeah, what do we do? We get rid of Russell. We trade LeBron. What do we do? Bring KCP back like manna from heaven?
You guys know they're not trading LeBron, right? I mean,
they're not trading LeBron.
I don't know. What do I know?
Are they trading
asking him.
Russell?
Ask him.
I think Russ is opting in, right? He's getting $47 million.
Have you
so what do you do? No.
Have you ever talked to him since he became a Laker?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
How many times?
Probably 4 times.
Okay, that's quite a bit.
4 times. I'll tell you, I didn't go to the arena once, though. We didn't go down
you're doing
there.
the studio
So,
stuff.
but usually we would go 5 to 10 times a year. So maybe that'll start again in
So where'd you
this
see him,
next
practice?
season. Yeah.
Chop it up with him at practice?
Preseason. Also, media day. He was great. I didn't get to talk to him much, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to. That's just me, though. Let's get to the
Price is Right.
Let's get to the lead story.
Okay.
Someone is going to win a 2022 Chevy Silverado. You sign up for it right over here.
Signing up right here. I'd love to see it. You love to see the line.
And by the way,
the line.
Those of you, although we don't support this, but extenuating circumstances, you can't make it out to the show today, 3 to 6. The online registration, we'll get a couple finalists from online, is now open. AM570.
There's always some online weirdos, but they never win.
/Chevy. So here we're going to pull one from the line here as a finalist, but online if you can't make it.
So many weirdos.
AM570LAsports.com/Chevy. Someone's going to win that truck.
Yeah.
Share with us.
Yes.
Because you have experience. Believe it or not, people, this man has got experience with winning an automobile.
Yeah, you think in your head.
No, it's true.
What would it be like if I were to win the brand new 2020 Chevy Silverado? Can you wrap your head around such a boon, such a windfall in your life? But you might not know there are some logistical things that you have to think about. We have a first-person story from a real winner.
Yeah, a lot of local OG Elks up there. Get out your phones. You can YouTube this. Chris Geeter McGee on The Price is Right. The year was 1994.
Some of you locals up there on the balcony, you might want to get out your
I was
phone.
wearing jean shorts and a Northwood softball T-shirt. 15 of us, 15 athletes from Cal State Northwood are senior year. Jorts. I was wearing jorts. We went to The Price is Right. I was literally the first name called. Christopher McGee, come on down. The night before, we had gotten together and said, what would you do if you got called? I said, I'll do a Chevy Chase fall. Remember Chevy Chase used to fall back in the 80s and 90s for all you young kids out there. Gerald Ford. So I got into, you see it, I get into the aisle, I fall down, Chevy Chase style, pop up, and I want a character. First time I've ever, I go lawnmower down, yeah, they're laughing, and then I was just having a great time. Third base coach waving people down, jumping all over everyone, and then finally about, we're 6 things in, I haven't won anything yet.
June 8th.
June 8th.
There it is. 28 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
38 years ago. 48 years ago.
Finally, the Murray Feist 3-piece lamp set comes up. Murray Feist 3-piece lamp set, which I owned until I was 11. 3-piece lamp set. Yeah, lamps. Murray Feist. $851, Bob.
Murray Feist lamp. Get the bid on that. That's how you got into the
Yeah, a young lady said $850. I had no clue. I said $851, Bob. And the next thing you know, I'm up there.
Okay.
And Bob says, Christopher, how many people are with you? I said 15, Bob. And he said, how would you like to get in this? And all of a sudden, the white, beautiful Grand Marquis comes out.
Merc Grand Marquis.
And I play the game one away. True story. Game one away, right? My bid, my first bid was $20,000 off. But I thought I was winning because they weren't telling me. I had it at $39,000.
Okay.
I thought
for the lamps.
No, for the Mercury Grand Marquis. They had a bid up, and I had to go one up, one down. I had to go one up, one down. So they had
$39,000.
So I went to a 3 instead of a 1 because it was a $27,000.
Right.
That's a nice call.
So I thought I won. So I start celebrating, and no one's cheering. Everyone's laughing at me. So I realized that I have to change some numbers. And Bob said, don't head for that car yet. And I said, I'm ready, Bob. He goes, you got to change. And they figured out how many I had right. I had two numbers right, but they don't tell you which ones. I had to change 3.
Log on
It
right
ended up being
now.
19,860. And when when it got to the zero, I was in a coach's stance and I was holding tight. I was like, what do I do if I win? And I just started jumping around. I looked at Bob and I said,
You could be the next big
going
winner.
down. And I did a full windmill kick into the worm, got up, did a little mash. Oh, there goes my PS. I did a mashed potato into a sprinkler, handshake to Bob, and he was keeled over. True story. Fast forward 15 years, I'm teaching at Campbell Hall. After Thanksgiving, all these kids came in, they're like, Coach, you were on the best of Prices Right. They had a best of Prices Right, and I was one of the they showed my breakdance.
I'm watching it right
now. It's on YouTube. So I won a
car.
car. So for those
He's
of
got
you,
the large-ass lady sweatshirt tied around his waist.
dude, I was very valid at this point.
Northridge, early 90s.
Yeah, I was very Northridge at this point. But by the way, so got the car. Okay. Sold it for $16,000.
You got to pay taxes.
Got to pay taxes. That's the whole point
You got
of
a
this.
bunch of paperwork to sign when you win that car.
You don't go home with the car that day, I learned.
What?
Nor the Murray Feist lamp set. That comes later.
You don't just drive off.
But an unbelievable talking point when you got the people over, and I was in my 20s partying. Hey, let's put in the VHS tape, talk about the Murray Feist lamp set. It was a complete hammer. Okay.
I mean, if a girl was on the fence, I mean, she's falling on the side.
Here's what we used to do. My buddies would be like, did you guys know Geeter was on The Price is Right? I'd be, no way, come on,
Don't
stop
do it.
And then
Come
they'd be
on,
like,
guys.
come on. I would pull a VHS tape out of my pocket. All right, let's put it in.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was a hammer.
What do you think of this?
Complete lock.
Hold on, let me turn this lamp off real quick.
Complete lock.
Set the mood.
So $4,000 I paid in taxes. But here's what you do if you guys win it and you sell it for less. Your tax guy says it's a loss. So it was a
that
loss.
covers your taxes.
So that covers a little bit of taxes. So I actually made, I graduated college with $12,000 in my pocket.
How about that?
Yeah.
Do you remember who you sold the car to?
Yes. Jennifer Fisher.
You remember her name?
I dated her. I sold it to her father.
You dated her?
Yeah. God rest his soul, John Fisher.
So
Good man.
after the relationship ended, was there any
No,
ill feeling about the car?
He kept the car
and
for
F you
years.
for the car too.
He kept the car for years. I always appreciated John for that. St. Gabriel
What a
Valley.
story.
Wow.
St. Gabriel Valley. John
What a
Fisher.
story.
How about
What
that?
a story.
And you have to see it. I mean, it is a legitimate, straight out break-in.
I am wearing jorts.
You're wearing jorts,
Yeah.
a
Wow.
white sweatshirt
But
around your waist.
I did not win
the Showcase
the
Showdown.
Showcase Showdown. Frank from Florida spun $1 on the head.
So you're out.
So I'm out.
Whatever. You want a car.
Yeah, so
Anna Murray Feist 3-piece
Murray,
lamp set.
thank you for
Now,
remembering
did you
that.
keep those?
When my wife and I decided, we weren't married yet, we got engaged and we got a little house in Hermosa Beach, and when I was moving from my rent control apartment in Santa Barbara, she said the Murray Feist 3-piece lamp set is out.
Well, I would have divorced her.
True story.
I'm not kidding.
By the way,
I would have said that this is not a
I was not
relationship
happy.
for me.
I was not happy
This
about
is
it.
not a
I was
relationship
not-
for me.
I was not happy.
Who do you think you are?
A lot of people don't know this, but Geeter is a very nice guy, except for there's one thing that really turns Bruce Banner into the Hulk.
Let's rage.
And that is
Let's rage.
And that is when it's fridge cleaning day at Spectrum Sportsnet LA.
Who hit you up?
And nobody tells Geeter,
Dude.
and they take his food and
man.
throw it away. And Geeter storms around flipping tables.
It was my
acting
worst,
like a psycho.
It was my worst moment in Time Warner, because remember, it was Time Warner Cable Sports back then. My worst moment
What did they throw away?
In history.
What did they throw away?
Hefner must have texted you, because this is not fair. Here's the deal.
What did they throw away?
I get a lot of texts. I don't know who's texting.
Just listen. If you remember, there used to be exit interviews in the NBA. They lasted 2 days and they lasted forever.
Okay.
We were a new network. We aired every single one of them. So day one,
What
I was
a
on
year.
set. We were on set for 5 years.
Seems like something
Sorry,
people wanna
5
watch.
hours. 5 hours on set. No food. Next day, I said, you know what? I'm getting my own food. I went and got the Green Monster or whatever it's called from. I did a Whole Foods run. Green juice smoothie. I did lunch, a salad, everything. I had it ready. Put it in the fridge. They had fridge cleaning day. 10 a.m. We're going on air at 10:30. I'm still pissed. And some gal, they threw it. They threw it away.
My favorite story.
And I went and I just lost. I don't know. I went Bruce. Like I said, I lost my noodle. And
you start yelling.
My boss and I still talk about it. Dude, my boss and I, we were face to face because I was like, I was going to go after the person at the front. And he's like, no. And we were face to face, like ready to throw down.
And you're yelling.
And this is what's great about my boss. He didn't care like an hour later, right? Like he's like, you're being an idiot. And I'm like, I had to literally go take a walk before we went on air outside. Dude, I don't know what happened. I just was like,
I had the green monster.
You don't throw away a man's green monster.
No, that ain't
the
right.
smoothie,
No, that's wrong.
the fruit,
No.
the salad, the sandwich.
I mean,
dude, just put it up top.
There's
and
no. I mean, you're in El Segundo. There's no place that could deliver food.
But I don't
That's
know
not
what
even
happened.
thought-
Something. It was a little bit of something clicked in me. Like it's go time, and I was ready to go. I was.
You know what? The Lakers could use some of that competitive
if
fire.
you walk up top and you don't have an Elks pass, that's what happens. You get your ass. I was ready to kick someone's ass that day. Don't throw a man's fruit salad and green monster
Boss,
away.
my problem's not with you. I need to find the woman who threw it out.
By the way,
just bring me to her.
AJ, he's phenomenal. We were faced. We still talk about it to this day.
If it was Ralph's or Vaughn's,
wouldn't matter.
It'd be a different story.
By the way, $43 gone.
I was going to say, there's a reason they call it whole paycheck.
God, the little pretzels with the peanut butter, $9.
I would have lost my mind too.
$9.
Why were those in the fridge? That's
See,
on
they
you.
were all together in a
That's
bag.
on you.
Money.
Hey, I'm really loaded up for this. Is going to be great. We got 5 hours extra.
Who told you that?
I am really loaded up.
It had to be half.
I am ready to rock and roll. I can't reveal myself.
Real quick,
Good
you know what they
journalist.
do, guys? They still, whenever there's a fridge cleaning, people who worked there 10 years ago will still send me the email because
That's
somehow
so good.
someone forwards it to them.
That's so
Yeah,
good.
it's amazing. So every month I get the email.
God love it.
Yeah, from everybody that knows me.
Check it out on YouTube. The Price is Right, 1994. Chris McGee.
Tweet it out.
Oh yeah, good call. I will tweet it out right now.
At Matt Money Smith got like 200,000 Twitter followers.
Remember you had to smoke me out last year? Not this year. I'm here.
Yeah,
Summer,
thank you.
I'm here at the tour stop number
Listen,
1.
your tour stop number 1, your guest number 1. You are setting the tone for the remainder of the summer.
It's a great tone setter.
How about that, right?
Thank you to Geeter.
God forbid Cates invites me to Buena Park.
Even the kids in the pool love it. We'll go to break, Ronnie, and thank you so much.
Makes me think of Caddyshack out there.
Hang around. Enjoy your tequila.
Thank you, guys. Love y'all.
Love y'all for coming to the Elks. Make sure you sign up to win the Chevy Silverado. The Petros and Money Show is live on AM 570 LA Sports. It's a Frogman Friday. Come on down to the Pedro Elks or watch the show on YouTube. We fix the feed.
I'm accident attorney Sweet James. Getting seriously injured in an accident can be life-changing. At Sweet James Accident Attorneys, we help hundreds of clients get the medical care they need and recover millions of dollars each and every month. If you or someone you love has ever hurt in an accident, call us for a free consultation. You won't pay a dime until we win. Let Sweet James be by your side to turn your setback into your comeback.
Brings it up court. Oh, what a move over to Diggins Smith. A little razzle-dazzle. Back to John. Finish is left. Thunder is done. Here's the pitch to Mookie Betts. He launches it deep.
Get it done, I gotta move.
Murray drops
Put in
back.
the work, you can't stop me out the
With 100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes, it's more than a sports drink. It's Body Armor Edge. This
All right, Tim Cates, PMS Summer Tour, stop number 1 here at the Elks Lodge in San Pedro. Chris Geeter McGee was fantastic. How about that? Check out the Matt Money Smith Twitter to find the link to the YouTube to see the Price is Right story. We have one of the great PMS listeners here with us. Where are you from?
Marty Pascal. I'm from San Pedro.
I know Marty. You're on Twitter, right? Yeah. Okay. I see Marty all the time on Twitter. All right. Is this your first PMS tour stop?
It's probably my 12th.
Your 12th tour stop?
I was here last time at the Elks.
2014, the final tour stop when Genie Bus was here and this place was burnt down.
Yeah, and I was also at, back to Venice Beach at, other places and all Hooters, many.
So, needless to say,
it's been a while because you guys have stayed away from LA County for a while. I didn't hit one last year, so it's great you came.
Well, there's a reason why we stayed away from LA County. And you can figure that reason out. All right. What is it about PMS? What is it that about this show that draws you to listen and come out on a Friday afternoon now for the 12th time? Not that funny. Who's funnier, Petros or Matt?
Oh, come on. Matt's funny as all, but Matt's good too. Yeah. They make it work.
Are you having a good time out here?
A great time. I'm glad you guys came back here.
How many people are out here with you?
Right now, 1, but I got 6 coming.
Nice. Well, Marty, thank you for coming out. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Back with more PMS coming up shortly.
You know, I wasn't expecting anybody, Chef, but when you're cooking with Chef Merito, you never know who's going to show up. I better go get the door.
Hey,
come on in, Dustin.
Chef Merito smells phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, man. I promised you we were going to come up with some good Mexican and Tex-Mex dishes. This is Chef Cipriano from Chef Merito, who's come up with something special just for you, Tex-Mex style. Chef, what do you got?
Today we're going to be making chicken tinga, a traditional Mexican staple.
All right, Chef, let's get started. That's the ground garlic, lemon pepper, little cumin, and bake it in the center for about 20 minutes. All right, well, Dustin, you've got that chicken cooking in the oven right now for 20 minutes, what, at 400 you said. And now we move to the sauces. Okay, start with the big items, right? The tomatoes.
And the garlic, and the bouillon, from Chipotle. We got the adobo.
Boy, that chicken is just falling apart. It's so nice.
Oh, it smells so good.
Now that's the sauce that Dustin had all pre-mixed with the food processor. Hey, Chef, you know what else I like is the color. It blends in. It matches the color of Dustin's beard.
Yeah, it does. And
You
my
get
hair.
it all over.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I won't be able to see it.
Well, it smells great, Dustin. Time to put it all together.
Let's do it.
All right, we're ready to make this taco now. We have our beautiful marinated chicken tinga here.
Look at that color. Wow.
Maybe we're going to add some salsita
Okay.
roja.
A little avocado.
Yeah.
Avocado sauce.
Pickled onions.
And cilantro. That looks so good.
It does look really good. All right, it's time for a bite.
Buen provecho. Oh, it's so good. Look how juicy that is.
Wow, that's a phenomenal bite. Great job.
I don't
Good
think
bite.
any of those tacos are going to make it home to Millie to impress her. What are you going to do?
I think we're going to have to make a nacho bucket for her because I'm going to eat all the tacos.
You got it. What's your record for taco consumption?
I'm not very proud of this, but I'm going to have to go with 12.
12
Yeah,
tacos,
12
man.
tacos.
Dodgers baseball is on the air and on your phone. Stream all the games on the iHeartRadio app and get all our exclusive Dodger podcasts as well. Just listen to AM 570 LA Sports every game, all season long.
Alert! We're giving away some sweet tickets featuring the Dodgers and the Angels in the AM 570 LA Sports Sweet Alert! We're giving away some sweet tickets featuring the Dodgers and the Angels in the AM 570 LA Sports Sweet Alert! If you're listening to the show on the iHeartRadio app,
There is now this sweet new feature. You hit that button, you can interact with us live in the moment during the stream. We love that you podcast and have made the iHeartRadio app the #1 podcast platform in all the land, and we appreciate you procuring our podcast there. But moving forward, hit that button. Interact with us.
If you're listening to the show,
Home of the Dodgers, AM 570 LA Sports. It's time for Dodger baseball on your home of the Dodgers, AM 570 LA Sports.
All right, it's another year and another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour. Thanks so much for being with us. We cannot thank you enough because of your participation last year and so far this year. We get to keep doing this, so stick around. We're giving a lot of huge prizes away, plus some more great sports talk still to come. It's the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour.
It's another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour stop. Another chance to sign up to win a brand new 2022 Chevy Silverado. Presented by Chevrolet.
Find new roads. We are rolling
Now
until
back to
6 p.m. A
Petros,
huge thank you
Papadakis, and Matt
to
Munz.
Chris Geeter McGee for hanging out with us and
Yeah,
being our
Geeter.
first guest at our first tour stop. And an opportunity for you is there is a line to our right if you are here right now to sign up to win that 2022 Chevy Silverado. On the back corner of the pool is where our food is. Thank you, Chef Merito. We got burgers, we got tacos. That is free. Our sodas are free. Our water is free. Thank you, C4 Energy Drink. Those are free. Thank you, Body Armor. Body Armor, get the edge. That's free as well. Alcohol is available for purchase, and if you purchase it, why not mix it with Zing Zang? Thank you, Tom.
Zing Zang!
He gave us some of those brand new mango margarita in the can. Those are delicious as well. Thank you to all of our sponsors, and if you're thinking about coming here, Damn, is it a great party. The pool is open.
The pool is open. It is kid-friendly. My little brother and his wife just showed up with their new baby, Yoko. There they are. My wife is here with a prison warden dad and his wife. My kid's third grade teacher is here, Miss Margolin. I mean, it's a real party. My 8th grade teacher is here.
Buenos dias.
Mr. McKim from Christ Lutheran School on Western Avenue. Everybody's having a great time here at the Elks. And thank you to DJ Drew, who's doing a pretty good job. We are 1 hour in, and we already had to take evasive action to save Bert's white legs. I look behind me, and Bert's legs were frying like eggs in the sun. So we had to get this umbrella. I tried for sunscreen, but we did better. Matt figured out, and we got
Miles, promotion man Miles.
We got the umbrella here.
Our boss Don Martin.
And now Bert is in the shade, which is very important. Now a lot of people work.
He's got a real Hunter S. Thompson look going today too.
He really does. With sans the pipe,
the bucket hat, the aviators.
He needs a pipe and some LSD. Also,
I can arrange that.
The guys.
The LSD, not the pipe.
Can you? In San Pedro? All right.
Dead or in town tomorrow.
We have Wacko.
What are you doing?
We have social media Matt.
Ricky.
And we have Ricky on the YouTube feed. We know there was a little looping thing.
Oh, no.
But we were losing tens of listeners.
Oh, no.
But now the YouTube is back. My cousin Evan is here. Evan Papadakis and Nina from Green Hills. And his mother-in-law, JoJo, who lives across the street in the estate, the old condominium I used to live in over there on Western.
I met someone 19th. You know. Sorry, P.
Go ahead.
I met someone you know by the name of Hank, who apparently is the curator of all things pickleball on the hill here in San Pedro and the greater San Pedro area.
Oh, yeah. You can get a game right down there at Daniels Field.
He wanted to make sure that everybody knows you want a game of
Is that
pickleball.
Degner?
Hank, yes.
Yeah, I know that guy.
He is the guy to see.
Yeah, he's got some great hip rotation. So it is a very local show, and we're going to keep it local, Matt. A musical legend from this area. And an all-around great guy, somebody that we've really revered for a long time and that joined us 8 years ago when we were here, and the building was just a burnt-down pile of coal, and now it's re-erected, rising from the ashes like a phoenix. Mike Watt is going to join us in the 5 o'clock hour before we get to Morongo Casino Dodgers on Deck with Tim Cates. And in the very next hour, Matt, in about 20 minutes, we are going to talk to the great Jim Lindbergh from Pennywise, a great South Bay band and a great guy and somebody who's very much involved in beach life with the Beach Life Ranch coming up, the big festival, Hall & Oates, Waxahachie, Dierks Bentley.
Shooter Jennings doing the songs of Waylon Jennings. Drive-by Truckers.
Very exciting.
Playing as well. Very excited about that weekend show. And we're talking about two of the most important members of the South Bay music scene of the last 40 years that will be joining us on this stage, one each hour. I am not exaggerating. I don't think I'm a prisoner of the moment when I say it. Mike Watt was my favorite interview we've ever done at any summer tour when he did that with us 8 years ago.
Barely beating out Ned Coletti on 7th and Figueroa.
Barely.
Just
barely. When it was 105 degrees and we were in the... Where are you guys? I can't find you.
We're down below.
Go down. We're inside the earth, Ned.
It's an inverted shopping mall. Like the butthole in Return of the Jedi. We'll be back with more PMS. We'll go to break, Ronnie, and we will be right back with your word, your number, your song of the day. We are in San Pedro, California. ILWU 13. Don't shake your hook at me.
I'm gonna lay right down here in the grass.
You're clear.
You know, I wasn't expecting anybody, Chef, but when you're cooking with Chef Merito, you never know who's going to show up. I better go get the door.
Hey,
come on in, Dustin.
Chef Merito smells phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, man. I promised you we were going to come up with some good Mexican and Tex-Mex dishes. This is Chef Cipriano from Chef Merito, who's come up with something special just for you, Tex-Mex style. Chef, what do you got?
Today we're going to be making chicken tinga, a traditional Mexican staple.
All right, Chef, let's get started. That's the ground garlic, lemon pepper, little cumin, and bake it in the center for about 20 minutes. All right, well, Dustin, you've got that chicken cooking in the oven right now for 20 minutes, at 400 we said. And now we move to the sauces. Okay, start with the big items, right? The tomatoes.
And the garlic, and the bouillon, and chipotle. We got the adobo.
Boy, that chicken is just falling apart. It's so nice.
Oh, it smells so good.
Now that's the sauce that Dustin had all pre-mixed with the food processor. Hey, Chef, you know what else I like is the color. It blends in. It matches the color of Dustin's beard.
Yeah.
5, 6.
They might
Get
hit
it all over.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I won't be able to see it.
Well, it smells great, Dustin. Time to put it all together.
Let's do it.
All right, we're ready to make this taco now. We have our beautiful marinated chicken tinga here.
Look at that color. Wow.
And then we're gonna add some salsita
Okay.
roja,
A little avocado.
Yeah.
Avocado sauce.
pickled onions.
And cilantro. That looks so good.
It does look really good. All right, it's time for a bite.
Buen provecho. Oh, it's so good. Look how juicy that is.
Wow, that's a phenomenal bite. Great job.
I don't
Good
think
bite.
any of those tacos are going to make it home to Millie to impress her. What are you going to do?
I think we're gonna have to make a nacho bucket for her because I'm gonna eat all the tacos.
You got it. What's your record for taco consumption?
I'm not very proud of this, but I'm gonna have to go with 12.
12
Yeah,
tacos,
12
man.
Hey, Tim Cates back here at the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour, stop number 1. We are live in San Pedro at the Elks Lodge. What a great time we are having. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Thank you for watching here on YouTube. Chris Geener McGee was awesome. Coming up, we got a great interview in the second hour. Jim Lindberg, the lead singer for Pennywise, one of my favorite bands growing up, and they're still banging it out, touring. They just got back from Europe on Monday. We'll hear from Jim coming up in just a couple of minutes. Thanks to our sponsors out here, including Chef Marito. Chef Marito and their seasoning sponsor. We also have Body Armor. Body Armor, check it out right here. Body Armor. Body Armor Edge. Body Armor goes back to Kobe Bryant, helped launch it. Mike Trout was one of the original investors in it. And now Body Armor is huge. It's one of the big hydrating drinks out there. We love our friends at Body Armor and so excited to have them with us here in the 2022 Chevy Summer Tour. They're a new sponsor, but yet they're a worldwide known name. So thanks to our friends at Body Armor. Having a great time out here. We've got some raffles happening during the breaks, Dodger tickets. We're going to have Dodger tickets to give away here shortly for all you on YouTube. But if you can't get out here, the next summer tour stop, I'm going to tell you right now, is next Friday, the 17th. Next Friday, the 17th, here in Southern California. I'll tell you where later on. But you guys get a little heads up here. Next Friday, the 17th, the second stop for the PMS Chevy Summer Tour. All right, that's it. Hour 2 coming up next.
When it comes to summer tour stop memories, easy one for me. Vans headquarters, half pipe, hanging out with Steve Caballero, Christian Hosoi, sadly R.I.P. Jeff Grasso, one of our all-time favorites, spending time with us, riding the pipe, seeing all the kids out there. Steve Van Dorn grilling up food. I mean, was there a bet? That was the true definition of a summer tour stop. Took over a parking lot, built a half pipe, had a shoe that was a car. Steve Van Dorn grilling, all them skateboarders, and us having a great time. And hopefully we will find 6 more that can top that unbelievable accomplishment in the history of the Petros and Money Show. When it comes to
Really great experience. Standing right to the band.
Let's go, Lakers! We're at the Petros and Money Show in San Pedro. Woohoo! I drove all the way out here from Rancho Cucamonga just to see Petros and Money.
Petros and Money Show, AM 570. LA, I love you.
on the iHeartRadio app, there is now this sweet new feature. You hit that button, you can interact with us live in the moment during the stream. We love that you podcast and have made the iHeartRadio app the #1 podcast platform in all the land, and we appreciate you procuring our podcast there. But moving forward, hit that button. Interact with us.
If you're listening to the show on the iHeartRadio app,
there is now this sweet new feature. You hit that button, you can interact with us live in the moment during the stream. We love that you podcast and have made the iHeartRadio app the #1 podcast platform in all the land, and we appreciate you procuring our podcast there. But moving forward, hit that button. Interact with us.
If you're am570lasports.com/Chevy or just click, and you could be the next big winner. Log on right now and enter to win the brand new Chevy Silverado. am570lasports.com/Chevy or just click, and you could be the next big winner. Log on right now and enter to win the brand new Chevy Silverado. am570lasports.com/Chevy or just click, and you could be the next big winner. Log on.
All right, it's another year and another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour. Thanks so much for being with us. We cannot thank you enough because of your participation last year and so far this year. We get to keep doing this, so stick around. We're giving a lot of huge prizes away, plus some more great sports talk still to come. It's the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour.
It's another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour stop. Another chance to sign up to win a brand new 2022 Chevy Silverado. Presented by Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Now back to Petros Papadakis and Matt Money Smith.
All right, it's another year and another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour. Thanks so much for being with us. We cannot thank you enough because of your participation last year and so far.
To keep us out of that place.
Petros Papadakis and Matt Money Smith belong to the streets.
He belongs to the streets.
This is the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour, bringing you your chance to win a brand new 2022 Chevy Silverado, presented by Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
By Sweet James Accident Attorneys. If hurt in an accident, call 800-500-5200. And by Body Armor, more than a sports drink. Here they are, streaming live on the iHeartRadio app and at AM570LA Sports.
Live, Mike. Dreams cross, worlds collide, and you could be our first finalist that qualifies to win that 2022 Chevy Silverado truck.
It's Petros Papadakis and Matt Money Smith.
Oh, yes!
Uh-oh. Coffee stain.
Shift the cliffs that miss the riffs of minor league Sunken City.
Going it out, Big Petros and Money AM570 LA Sports. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. It is our first Chevy Summer Tour stop at the Elks Lodge in San Pedro. We'll be here until 6 p.m. Plenty of time for you to make it. The Summit of Americas has left the area.
Thank you.
The VTB is open and accessible for your commute, and we would love to see you because you, my friend, could be our first finalist to win that 2022 Chevy Silverado. If you are here on site, it is to our right. That desk right there, the line, while it looks intimidating, is not. Signing up is very easy and quick, and what the hell, you could win yourself a brand new truck at the end of this whole thing.
And 3 cash bars as the young people are in the pool. We have a triangle of bars. You cannot avoid the bars. They are cash bars. The food, though, is free, and so are the drinks. The limonada right over there by the tennis court. It's a beautiful day in San Pedro, California. We're protecting.
Right over there, there's some people smoking weed.
We're protecting Bert's white legs with the beautiful umbrella here. And Matt, we have this streaming on YouTube, and the stream is going pretty good, huh, Ricky? We're doing all right.
YouTube.com/AM570LA Sports. If you can't make it here in person but want to be part of it, turn on those cameras. There's 3 of them pointed right at us. And we're going to have Jim Lindberg in our very next segment.
Jim Lindberg from Pennywise is going to be here. There he is right there.
Where?
Oh, my God.
Right as we announce it, it comes down the stairs.
Look at that. Just like the escalator moment. He's going to have He's going to have a drink and then join us, a South Bay legend and a legend in the world of rock and roll. There's no doubt about it. We are rocking and rolling live from the Elks Club in beautiful San Pedro, California, and something was revealed to me by Tim Cates, our executive producer, just a moment ago. The last time we were here in 2008 years ago in 2014, before my daughter was born, Tim Cates was not here. His daughter was having kidney surgery. It was Kevin Figures from 78th and Vermont.
And that is deep.
Which is super deep.
78th and Vermont.
Deep. And Tim Cates, our producer, who's produced a lot of shows.
Sure
all CIF baseball.
To be fair.
1996. Careful, kids.
CIF baseball in 96. Let's all celebrate, 'cause everybody loves Tim Cates.
Tim Cates said, hey, what's the turnout like? I wasn't here in 2014 when the whole thing got started. And I said, this looks about the same, except for we have the balcony of Elks there, and those are the Elks.
You got the VIPs.
Those are my club mates. I am an Elk here at 966. Benevolent Protective Order of Elks, number 966, San Pedro, California. Perhaps the greatest Elks club on earth.
That's the truth.
And we did not have that.
Last time,
what do you think?
Last time, all we had was proletariat. This time, bourgeoisie.
We have both.
On the balcony, we got both as they look down upon us.
It's really good. I like that vibe, and it's a wonderful time, and we cannot thank you enough for being here and coming down to San Pedro, California. When I first told my father I wanted to move to San Pedro, he said, don't. It's the end of the line. And there is no doubt it is the end of the line, but it's the end of our line. So we really appreciate you being here on down on double nickels on a dime if you took the 110 here. We will have Mike Watt in our final hour. But right now, Matt, it's time. Let's do the word of the day.
He heard me with his words.
The word of the day.
Whenever we have events like this, I'm always super humbled. Today's word is giveaway. We always give stuff away.
Oh, I forgot about that.
We keep forgetting to give but I think we're doing it, right? Like, how many things are we giving away?
Cates, are you giving this stuff away?
Have we forgotten to give things away? Yeah,
You're giving it away. Okay, so Cates is giving it away.
All right, you're giving the stuff away? All right, we are giving stuff away.
Angel Dodger tickets for Tuesday, Sweet tickets for Tuesday, a barbecue, spices. We got a ton of stuff we're giving away.
We're going to be in the suite on Tuesday at Chavez Ravine.
That's the truth.
We have Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck coming up here at 6 o'clock. But Matt, I'm always humbled at the things that people give us. Somebody gave us commemorative Beacon Street glasses for San Pedro.
Beautiful.
Beacon Street, Shanghai Red, Ralph's Inn, the Ocean Club, Money to Loan. Beacon Street right down here is empty now, but it used to be, as Jack London wrote in the 1930s, the toughest street in the world.
Really get your ass kicked.
So one of our listeners did that, and another one of our listeners did the unthinkable and made this this tank top for me, and it says, I'm Sabina Mora.
Mora.
I'm Sabina Mora. And as you guys know, Sabina Mora, the great traffic person on the Petros and Money Show, has that special, what we call in the radio world, like the great Steve Gregory from KFI, we call it a lockout. You know, Steve Gregory, KFI News. Yeah. And she gave me he gave me the Sabina Mora.
Mora.
And her big thing is, I'm Sabina Mora.
Mora.
She doesn't know that she's doing it, but I think she knows.
Our dear friend Mark Sessler from NFL Network and NFL.com. He's not here, but he sent a text the other day listening to her lockout and said, I am strangely addicted to your traffic girl's lockout.
It's the best.
I can't get enough of it.
Mora!
Yes, Mora!
So thank you. And so many people, there's a big thing of Uncle Val's gin here because Uncle Val and Silk are
Silk's
together.
here with his beautiful wife, Jen. A big thank you to them.
The head coach of my high school football team, Peninsula High, David Young, is here. We always talk Peninsula High. He brought me a mini helmet for my desk. He bought you.
And he brought me a small medium hat, which most people don't because I've got a tiny head. So thank you, Coach.
Pebble head.
That's attention to detail, Coach.
And, people are so nice. And, of course, from the Boneyard, my cousin Nina from Green Hills brought us all kinds of everybody loves wearing swag from a cemetery. That's what the kids call drip.
Get yourself a nice plot, huh?
Yeah, get yourself a nice polo.
Why not?
Hey, this is a cemetery. Look.
Guess what? You get a plot, we throw in a polo.
You know who's
Hell of a
buried?
deal.
You know who's buried there?
Who's
Charles Bukowski. One of the great riders in the world died here in San Pedro.
Can I get on the Bukowski block? If you can, I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Kicks the hell out of the lie.
Dig me a hole.
All right, it's time for the number of the day. Thank you for all the stuff, guys. You don't have to do that, and it's embarrassing.
All right, P, the number of the day is 24. It's arrived. We talked about it earlier, the 24th plaintiff to accuse Deshaun Watson of sexual misconduct. We mentioned that already. We detailed how Deshaun would book a massage with a new therapist over and over, 66 different appointments over 17 months in the hopes that he wouldn't have to tame his own shrew. But here we are today, P. I guess it's a bit of a bookend because on Monday we had the story of the lawsuit and the Jenny Vrentis New York Times story about Watson's penchant to stir his batter.
With the happy baby.
We had that as well. The happy baby.
Would stir his batter.
Yeah, in the presence of these helpless women. So, finally today we have a response from his camp. Attorney Rusty Hardin finally got back to Brown's beat reporter of record, Mary Kay Cabot, to respond to accusations of Watson's behavior while getting a massage while he was working on Mount Baldy. Interesting is his response. Rusty Hardin, that is.
You know, that's a lot of men aren't willing to conquer Mount Baldy.
Oh, it's a rough mountain.
It's like Jim Mora, you know.
You want to climb that, you know?
Pretty sure Jim Mora and Roger Goodell climbed Mount Baldy together.
Carve out some time. Hardin decided to include the Browns in his retort. Quote, the Browns and all of us that know Deshaun are totally behind him. These latest claims by Busby change nothing. They are totally false, and that will ultimately be what everyone concludes when they hear the evidence. So, this is interesting because the Browns as an organization who have refused to comment on any of this outside of Deshaun's introductory presser where the owners answered a question about the pending lawsuits for his allegedly repeated evictions of the testicular squatters by saying they did their due
Squatters? You could at least say they're renting.
Other than that,
I mean, they signed a lease.
Head coach Kevin Stefanski wants no part of commenting on Watson honking his own horn, saying this is a legal process thing.
He's not honking. He's asking someone else to honk. He's not honking his own horn.
But I am sure the Browns, much like Watson, probably unhappy with attorney Rusty Hardin's comments on a radio show about happy endings. You mentioned that.
Oh, I love that. What a great interview right there.
I'm sure the Browns aren't happy with Hardin putting their name on a statement where he's denying that Watson, accused by 24 women of whipping up a batch of instant pudding, is totally innocent of any and everything that we are hearing and reading about. We, of course, at the Petros and Money Show will keep you posted on any new developments.
You're not going to make your Karate Kid Part 3 now because you're never going to beat Stomach Pancakes.
I'm not. Whipping up a batch of instant pudding is not bad.
That one's pretty good.
That's not bad.
And the eviction,
and I kind of like
the
taming
eviction
the
of the
yes.
testicular squatters.
There's a handful of things I
Taming
enjoy.
the shrew is pretty.
Taming the shrew. You want to tame a shrew? No.
Ronnie.
This is the song of the day.
Pool Party is our song of the day from an artist called Mr. Stay Crunk. Because we've got a barbecue pool party happening live at the San Pedro Elks Lodge in the city of San Pedro, site of stop number 1 on the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour. A pool party is what it is on a Frogman Friday, so bring your Speedos and your floaties like our friend Bert. And don't forget to register to qualify to win a brand new Chevrolet while you're at it. And we've got Dodger baseball happening in San Francisco with the Giants. And Tim Cates will have your Morongo Casino Dodgers on Deck program taking place live from the San Pedro Elks Lodge coming up at 6 o'clock.
Thank you, Ronnie. Still time for you to come down and see us. This will be our first finalist to qualify to win that 2022 Chevy Silverado. We're giving away live on site Angels Dodgers tickets for Tuesday, sweet tickets in our AM 570 LA Sports Suite for Tuesday, and a host of other prizes, including a portable barbecue kettle, some Chef Merito spices. We got free food courtesy of Chef Merito, burgers and tacos. We got free C4 energy drink, free body armor, free Zing Zang, and Zing Zang mixers.
Become a finalist for the brand new Chevy Silverado right over here and sign up. As long as that's going on, we're in great shape.
We're excited, P. South Bay punk rock legend Jim Lindbergh going to join us in the very next segment.
Look at him there with that
Damn, am I
shirt.
excited. There we go. Let's get him a couple more of those.
He brought a couple of his boys.
Let's get 4.
Yeah, we're going to rumble.
Give me, Jim, 4 Coors Lights, please.
They look like the Jets.
Orange whip, 4.
Some of the Americas, we're going to be Puerto Rico, and we're going to fight you guys. We'll be right back. Live from San Pedro, California, the Elks Club, 966.
I'm accident attorney Sweet James. Getting seriously injured in an accident can be life-changing. At Sweet James Accident Attorneys, we help hundreds of clients get the medical care they need and recover millions of dollars each and every month. If you or someone you love has ever hurt in an accident, call us for a free consultation. You won't pay a dime until we win. Let Sweet James be by your side to turn your setback into your comeback. I'm accident attorney.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're gonna work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
This is Body Armor Edge.
Moran brings it up forward. Oh, what a move! Over to Diggins Smith. A little razzle-dazzle. Back to John. Finish is Smith. Under and done. Here's the pitch to Mookie Betts. He launches it deep.
I gotta move.
Murray drops back.
Work, you can't stop me, I won't lose.
Finds an opening. And touchdown!
With 100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes, it's more than a sports drink. It's Body Armor Edge. This is Body Armor Edge.
Moran brings it up forward.
My haiku is up next. Haiku.
Back to John. Finish is Smith. Under and done. Here's the pitch to Mookie Betts. He launches it deep.
I gotta move.
Murray drops back.
Work, you can't stop me, I won't lose.
Finds an opening.
Party high.
100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes. It's more than a sports drink. It's Body Armor Edge. This is Body Armor Edge.
Come on down, we'll play away. Come on down to my pool, baby. We'll play with our pink flamingo flotation devices and sail away. Come on down to my pool, baby. Come on down,
100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes.
pool
It's more
party,
than a
y'all.
sports drink.
Pool
It's Body Armor
party, y'all.
Edge. This is Body Armor
Feeling
Edge.
you. And now back to the pool masters themselves. They're beyond the cabanas. They're beyond the beach. They're beyond the pool. Petros some money. Chevy virtual summer tour. Yeah. I'm feeling you.
You know, I wasn't expecting anybody, Chef, but when you're cooking with Chef Merito, you never know who's going to show up. I better go get the door.
Hey,
Come on in, Dustin.
Chef Merito smells phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, man. I promised you we were going to come up with some good Mexican and Tex-Mex dishes. This is Chef Cipriano from Chef Merito, who's come up with something special just for you, Tex-Mex style. Chef, what do you got?
Today we're going to be making chicken tinga, a traditional Mexican staple.
All right, Chef, let's get started. That's the ground garlic, lemon pepper, little cumin, and bake it in the center for about 20 minutes. All right, well, Dustin, you've got that chicken cooking in the oven right now for 20 minutes, what, 400 you said? And now we move to the sauces. Okay, start with the big items, right? The tomatoes.
And the garlic, and the bouillon, and chipotle. We got the adobo.
Boy, that chicken is just falling apart. It's so nice.
Oh, it smells so good.
Now that's the sauce that Dustin had all pre-mixed with the food processor. Hey, Chef, you know what else I like is the color. It blends in. It matches the color of Dustin's beard.
Yeah, it does. They might
Get
hit
it all over.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I won't be able to see it.
Well, it smells great, Dustin. Time to put it all together.
Let's do it.
All right, we're ready to make this taco now. We have our beautiful marinated chicken tinga here.
Look at that color. Wow.
Maybe we're gonna add some salsita
Okay.
roja,
A little avocado.
Yeah.
Avocado sauce.
pickled onions.
And cilantro. That looks so good.
It does look really good. All right, it's time for a bite.
Buen provecho. Oh, it's so good. Look how juicy that is.
Wow, that's a phenomenal bite. Great job.
I don't
Good
think
bite.
any of those tacos are going to make it home to Millie to impress her. What are you going to do?
I think we're gonna have to make a nacho bucket for her because I'm gonna eat all the tacos.
You got it. What's your record for taco consumption?
I'm not very proud of this, but I'm gonna have to go with 12.
12
Yeah,
tacos,
12
man.
Let's go, Lakers! We're at the Petros and Money Show in San Pedro. Woo-hoo! I come all the way out here from Memphis to Chickamauga just to see Petros and Money.
This is Chef Cipriano from Chef Merito, who's come up with something special just for you. That's next time.
Petros and Money Show, AM 570. LA, I love you.
All right, Chef, let's get started.
Dodgers baseball is on the air and on your phone. Stream all the games on the iHeartRadio app and get all our exclusive Dodger podcasts as well. Just listen to AM 570 LA Sports every game all season long.
We're giving away some sweet tickets
Garlic.
featuring the Dodgers and the Angels in the AM 570 LA Sports Sweet Alert. We're giving away some sweet tickets
Boy, that chicken is just
featuring the Dodgers and the Angels in the AM 570 LA Sports Sweet Alert. Listen to the show on the iHeartRadio app.
There is now this sweet new feature. You hit that button, you can interact with us live in the moment during the stream. We love that you podcast and have made the iHeartRadio app the #1 podcast platform in all the land. And we appreciate you procuring our podcast there. But moving forward, hit that button, interact with us.
If you're listening to the show on the iHeartRadio app,
there is now this sweet new feature. You hit that button, you can interact with us live in the moment. Come on down, register to win the 2022 Chevy Silverado. A huge thank you to our sponsors. Sweet James Bergen are a big reason why we're able to put on this summer tour every single year. We love and appreciate Sweet James. If you're hurt in an accident, call 800-500-5200. Obviously, you can win that 2022 Silverado from Chevrolet. Thank you to Body Armor and C4 energy drinks. Body Armor, more than a sports drink. C4, ignite your fire. Those are available for free, as are tacos and hamburgers, courtesy of our friends at Chef Merito. I think that's got it. I think that's pretty much it there.
I see the 24-pack of Modelo coming back down to relieve the bar here. I see some ice coming down. The wedding of the year just completed in San Pedro, California a couple weeks ago. Scary Terry from the cemetery. Terry, my tattoo artist, is up there, Matt.
Congratulations,
in the
Terry.
hat. Congratulations to Terry and Mark. What a beautiful wedding. I was invited, RSVP'd, and attended.
I want to go to that hall. Future tour stop spot.
The Wigwam?
Absolutely.
Maybe next year. Maybe in the fall. But Matt, the centerpiece of our show has arrived, Matt. It's very exciting for us. I've got to meet this guy and work with him a little bit, working the beach life stuff and getting to watch his band. And the first time I ever met Jim Lindberg was back when K-Rock was still going the way it was, and I went to be a guest on Kevin and Bean, and Pennywise came and performed, and we all sang along and did the whole thing, and I just couldn't believe it. It was unbelievable. It's such a local vibe. It's so special, and to have this guy here, not only that, but his number in my phone, and to get him to show up for our event here, representing Beach Life, representing Jim Lindberg, just back from the Queen's Jubilee. It is Jim Lindberg on the Chevy Silverado.
Just back.
Celebrity Hotline. What was that like? How many festivals do you do? Because you opened up Beach Life.
Yeah.
You opened up the Beach Life Festival.
Yep.
How many of those do you do a year? And what was the UK like during the Jubilee?
You know, it's been a while since we've been over there, as you can imagine. But I was telling you via text, because you asked me if I could do a song or two, but I told you I was going to be very jet lagged. I did Beach Life Festival. 2 days later, got on a plane, was all over Europe, and I'm not sure if you know, in Europe it's basically just a giant forest with a few villages carved
That's right.
out.
Yeah, that's
exactly right.
Yeah,
So-
like Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
right.
it is Game of Thrones. It's not much. There's a couple McDonald's now. It's
Horseback.
it's not much better. The allergies just went nuts. I was like the pollen in the air. It was a disaster. But had a great time. Bunch of shows doing Punk and Drublick with NoFX and a bunch of bands. And yeah, I've only been back about 48 hours. I'm still a little jet lagged. I just took a nap on the way over here and drove around PV down through Portuguese Bend.
Oh,
and
yeah?
I almost was going to need Sweet James's help if I went off the road
You
or
wouldn't
something.
be the first.
Yeah.
Luckily, the pipes are above the ground, so they will stop you
Yes,
from careening off the
exactly.
cliff.
But great to see you guys. Thank you so much for having me. I love seeing you at the Ink, man. You look like you're in a Pennywise pit
Yeah,
right
a lot
now.
of people don't know that that I have tattoos. When somebody puts a tank top on me, I look like I really belong here.
A Pennywise fan is what you look like.
I
dude.
always have been.
There
I
you
bought the
go.
CD when I was 15, and everybody's like, "You don't know. You're a poser. You just bought that."
Take us. We love when we do the summer tour. We almost kind of make it a little bit historical, if you don't mind. But like, take us back. I mean, I found South Bay punk rock through Thrasher and Transworld, and I would just see ads for SST or for Black Flag and Descendants, and like that's how I got into it.
Yeah.
How did you get it? Like, what is it? You grew up in the middle of it, in the middle of Circle Jerks and all that. So,
Yeah.
like, what's going on for you as you're seeing all of this blossoming around you?
That's a big part of it. You know, it's kind of like for us in the South Bay, it was like growing up and having the Beatles and Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones, you know, at your Starbucks, at the 7-Eleven. You know, we had Henry from Black Flag, we had Keith from Circle Jerks, Milo from the Descendants ran cross country on the Maricosta high school
Let's
team.
go Mustangs.
Yeah, let's go Mustangs, you know. And so it was all around us. Henry Rollins, speaking of Maricosta, used to get his coffee at the 7-Eleven right across the street from Maricosta. So you had all these people that were in these amazing worldwide punk rock bands living amongst you, and you're like, anyone can do it. So a bunch of guys and us got together and just started playing music. And fortunately for us, in the 90s, you had a huge, with Kelly Slater and Tony Hawk, you had a huge explosion of the action sports world. And all these videos came out, and they needed a soundtrack. And you can't play polka music to hardcore snowboarding and things like that. So they got us and Bad Religion and all these bands, and all of a sudden we were famous anywhere there's a beach or a skate park around the world, and that's pretty much everywhere. So it happened really, really fast for us.
And even now in the forest of Europe.
Yes, exactly. And in Austria. And,
Inland.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, growing up here in the South Bay, and I'm looking around right now and seeing every Dodger hat and Laker hat, and I was super fortunate. My dad had season tickets to all the teams.
Nice.
So he was a sales rep for an air cargo company called Flying Tigers. But first basketball game I was at was when Kermit Washington slugged Rudy Tomjanovich in the mug. And I think Kareem described it as sounding like a watermelon hitting the ground. I think it sounded more like when you break a bat, and it just reverberated throughout.
Holy cow.
And I'm 12 years old, you know. So that was one of my first games. I was at the what was it? The Dodgers World Series, where my favorite player, Steve Yeager, it was Game 5 of '81, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pedro Guerrero, Steve Yeager hit back-to-back home runs, turned the series. Ron Say got beamed in the head by Goose Gossage. You know, so just this amazing World Series I got to witness. And then, you know, I was in the Kings with Rogie Vachon and Marcel Dion, so I got to see a ton of Southern California sports during all this.
So what's it like when you know, you mentioned the Kings, you're South Bay. I mean, you are Kings to the nines.
Before the North End was Critters.
Yes.
So what's it like to have Broham play after every goal in Anaheim? Like, as a big sports guy, what's that like for you?
You know, that really started in Belgium, where they do a lot of soccer chants in Europe, you know, and they took our song on. And we still play there to this day. They don't know one song, but we played Broham, and it's like the second coming. You know, the whole place knows it, and children cry, and it's the best day of their life. But then some people started adopting it over here. The Chargers started playing it. The Ducks started playing, and different people started playing it. Me being a hardcore Kings fan.
Cease and desist.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
It was a tough one, but I also grew up in the times where you had the California Angels and the LA Dodgers. We had season tickets to both, so I was kind of like, yeah, you know, it's all good. Since then, in my football pool, I've been told that voting for both teams is, you can't vote for the Clippers if you're a Lakers fan. You can't vote for...
I don't know. I think you can do whatever. I mean, you're pretty
a lot
low.
Of applause.
There are people that like all the teams in Southern California. They're from here. They support all the teams. But it feels like recently, maybe social media-wise or something like that, you're not allowed to. There's like a line in the sand, like Maricosta and Redondo.
Yeah.
You just can't cross over that border.
Can't cross it.
The great Jim Lindbergh is with us. One thing that is really interesting to me, especially since you're talking about the 7-Eleven and Artesia and Maricosta back in those days, and Henry walking around and all that stuff, is to a guy like you see Hermosa Beach change in the last 20 years so dramatically, maybe more than any town that I've ever seen in my life change so quickly. And some of it is great, you know. Some of it is kind of like, wow, what happened? Like you guys, like, how do you guys process that over the years? Because it's been pretty good for you. I mean, people like, you know, you're identified with the area and all that.
It's different. You know, it's all pretty good-natured. There's a lot of New Jersey guys hanging out at Critters. We still call it Critters. It's called North End now. But, you know, it's all in good fun, you know. But, you know, the town has changed. It's still retaining some of its soul. And I'm a big proponent of that. I travel a lot and go to a lot of places. And as long as we're still building things that have some soul left, it's not impossible to build a cool sports bar instead of something that is out of everyone's price range. So I think there's got to be some parity in that, you know. And
you can't even get a Misfits t-shirt at the Restyle anymore.
At the Restyle, like
the Teriyaki 7's gone.
The Cove Theater, where I saw Moon Unit and Unit 3 is now a bank. You know?
Either or bookstore.
Yeah, we need a place to keep all the money.
The Java Man's still there.
Either or bookstore. I spent a ton of time in, and recently found out you're an English major. I never knew that. Are you the only English major football player in all of the country?
One of the only ones from USC ever. But I saw Charles Bukowski, who was from here.
Yes.
You know, I saw him read at the Either Or bookstore, and Gary Snyder, one of the beat poets. And my dad was a big jazz and is a big jazz fan.
Yeah.
And we would, you know, everybody played at the Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse,
Yusef Lateef, Miles Davis, and stuff like that. And the one thing that I kind of want to bridge it to is beach life.
Yeah.
Because what was going on in Redondo, you know Alan Sanford well, and you worked that event like a champ ever since it started. It was kind of a grassroots thing. Yeah. And to sit there, and Matt was at the very first night.
That's great.
And Bob Weir was on stage. And just
brothers.
To sit there in Redondo Beach and see that, you know, what's that like for you and working that event?
You know, Alan came to me and said, I'm thinking about doing this thing. He'd been doing some stuff on the beach. And then he said, I'm thinking about doing one down at King Harbor. And I got Willie Nelson, Bob Weir, and the Beach Boys. I'm a huge Beach Boys fan. You know, they grew up surfing the beaches of Hermosa. So I was like, you know, what do you need from me? I'll be there. And, you know, and I remember the closing night, Willie Nelson playing with the sunset going down, playing On the Road Again, and just like, how did we do this? You know, how did this happen? So it's just been a really fun ride. And this last year we had Weezer, Smashing Pumpkins, you know, Sheryl Crow, which my daughters all listened to that first album of hers religiously.
It's very emotional for me.
Yeah.
Felt like I was riding around at a Pathfinder behind the gates.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it was fun. You know, it's like, and you know, just like this, you know, a bunch of kids there, family. You know, it was a super nice event, and we just want to keep doing it. We're expanding into 2 weekends now, and having Wilco and Brandy Carlisle and Dirk Bentley do a little more country version with the Beach Life Ranch. So, yeah, it's been really fun. It was hard to do the 3 days and then go straight to Europe. I was still extremely hungover. by Monday, and then have to get on a plane. It was tough.
Yeah, it's a different Monday when you work all weekend.
Music is.
Yes.
Music's kind of. It's interesting now, right? Just because of streaming and the idea of YouTube and the fact that so many more songs are becoming popular as opposed to artists and touring and busting your ass for years and building that following. What's it like for you? Because it does seem like the label that you're on, and I don't know if Brett Gurwitz gets enough credit for what he does in artist development. What is that process like for you? And because it does seem like Epitaph is one of those sort of artist havens that is still trying to build and cultivate and create artists and not just songs.
Yeah. There's a few key people in the equation for us, and I get a lot of people coming up to me saying, like, here, help my band out, just put the magic dust on them and make us popular overnight. And it's just not like that. You have to have hard work, you got to have a ton of luck, be in the right place at the right time. For us, a DJ at KXLU over at Loyola, he heard our music, liked it, and said, we told him we love the Bad Religion Suffer album. He said, well, I know, Brett, I'll give him your cassette tape, and that's how that happened. But then the other thing that happened was, like I said, with the action sports thing, surfing, especially Taylor Steele. He did these films. HBO did a documentary about it. It was really informational for a lot of people. He did the Momentum video, and he put all this on there, and that just went worldwide, and we do very well in Australia. There's so many surfers there. But just those people, like, coming your way, and there's these people that you find in your career that are the linchpin, and it really was Brett, Taylor Steele, and that whole thing happening for us. And these days, it's like, they just put on a TikTok video and my new single, and that's all you need. You don't need Brett Gurwitz or Taylor. Just dance like a chimp, and you'll have
get the right dance move.
60,000.
We're good at that,
views.
right?
Yeah.
But
But I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter at all.
No. I think the difference, though, is those songs kind of come and go, right? They're here for 10 minutes and then they're on to the next one. I mean, you have iconic songs that have stood the test of time. Do you know, it's interesting because, you have these different departments at record companies or producers will be like, hey, that's the single or that's the single. When you guys are recording, are you like, hey, there's something special about Alien. There's the F Authorities. This one's going to. Do you know that as you're in that process?
Brett comes in and listens, and he goes, that's a hit. Get rid of it. Doesn't care. He's just very ADD on that type of thing. He just, there it is. And just like you said, today I've got a record out called Songs from the Elkhorn Trail, and you said,
it's so good.
Palm of your hand is a hit.
That's a hit.
Perfect. From your mouth to God's ears, It's like, sometimes there's certain songs people connect with, and you never know which one it's going to be. But it's just fun doing it. It was really fun to make that record and try something new. And
how different is that than doing it with the band?
Oh my God! Have you met my band members?
Yes, I have. Yes,
they're a bunch of derelicts. No, I'm just kidding. They're great guys. But yeah, in the studio, it's 5 guys trying to bake a cake together, and it's literally, and my guitar player is 6'5", 300 pounds. He should have played for a football team, and I'm super surprised he hasn't knocked my teeth out yet, but we're getting some really good brawls writing the music, and so there was no one there to brawl with. It was really nice. I got the album done really quick, and it was really easy, so it was a nice experience.
Speaking of those old days, we were talking about this the other day. We were talking about your mom, about my dad's old restaurant on 6th Street, and then we were talking about some of the venues here in San Pedro back in the day. The one I really, of course, the Warner Grand. The Ramones played there when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But the Waters Club.
Yeah,
Dancing Waters. How did the club, playing a club here in Pedro, compare to some of the other tough places? Because you guys have played in tough places all over the world.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But Southern California was the worst, and specifically our town, Hermosa and Huntington Beach and down around here. I don't know what it was. There's been a lot of talk about it.
Long Beach?
Yeah, it was, I guess we have MMA now. We just didn't have a ring for it back then, but dudes wanted to brawl. And it was, a lot of times it'd be like best friends, get in the pit together and beat the crap out of each other. My friend Mitch Wasden is here. He's a great guy. He got his chin split open at a Pennywise show.
Poor Mitch.
But he gave as good as he got, so it's fine. Oh, my God. Kelly Mahon. This guy fought at more shows than probably anyone that I know. Look at him. He's ready to go right now. Anyone want to fight? There he is.
This is a fist fighting town, as
This
you
is
know.
the greatest guy in the world right here. Kelly Mahon. This guy's a legend right here. He's the jack of all trades.
Is that a Charles Manson blanket?
I believe it is, yes.
Wow, all right. We got all kinds here in San Pedro, California.
Speaking of beach life, real quick, you mentioned Willie, and I think I read somewhere that Waylon's your favorite.
Yes.
I love the Willie and Waylon record. That's one of my favorite all-time records. So is that you that gets Shooter on that show? Is that you put like, hey, I want to make sure this gets on this show if we're doing country all
You know
this
what? My dad played me Waylon Jennings back in the day, and it's always been a favorite. This album called Dreaming My Dreams, Side 2. Just the best country music I've ever heard in my life. And, you know, at that time, I was into, like, Cheap Trick and the Ramones and Styx and all this crazy stuff. And to hear country music was so out of left field, but I loved it. And then, so a lot of times what happens is Alan will just be throwing out bands like 52-card pickup. Like, you know, he's just throwing out, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? I'm like, no, they suck. That's terrible. No one will like that.
You're cool.
That would be amazing.
If I booked Beach Life, no one would come. Be 12 shoegazers.
Well, what I call it is Chardonnay moms and their husband. That's you got to keep them happy.
Smart.
The Chardonnay moms, they'll drag their husbands along. They'll drag the kids because they want to see Lenny Kravitz or they want to see Sheryl Crow or whoever. And then you have people like Willie, who all the dudes like, and you gotta. It's tough to do, but. You know, you don't want to have something that people are just going to be bored with, you know.
The great Jim Lindbergh, everybody. The great Jim, a hero to the people of the South Bay and all over the world. Pennywise and beyond. The new music off the Elkhorn Trail.
Songs from the Elkhorn Trail. It's so good. It is such a good record.
And we're here at the Elks.
Yes, I know.
Exactly.
I should be a sponsor by this.
I will. You can get in. We'll get you in. But that's an interview, and then and you can't be a communist.
You know somebody?
Or an atheist. I'm an Elk.
All right.
Jim, thank you so much for coming, man. We really appreciate it.
Love you guys.
We don't ask for a lot of favors, so we sure appreciate that. Oh, wait, before you go.
One last thing.
Yeah.
Go Bruins.
Okay, yeah. I do want to, most of the time you have to go on radio stations, and they're rock radio stations. They want to talk about the stuff we want to talk about. They want to talk about your music.
Yeah.
But this is a sports talk radio show.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a platform that not people don't often get.
Yeah.
That love sports like you do.
I'll boil it down really easy for you, Petros. I think the 90s were better for football and the SC UCLA football rivalry.
Fair enough. When I was running off, they were screaming 8 more years.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations to you and your beautiful family. You really show everybody how to be a balanced person all these years.
I try.
And be a great dad and a great rocker and a great community liaison for the South Bay and the music you play. So God bless you, Jim.
Thanks,
Thank you so much. Have a great day, and we will continue. Mike Watt's coming
How
out.
about that? Speaking of South Bay legends, Mike Watt going to join us in about 45 minutes. Sweet James, big reason why we're able to do this, is going to join us next. Come on, see us. It's the San Pedro Elks Club. Going until 6 p.m. for the first stop of the Petros Money Chevy Summer Tour.
Cold onions
and cilantro. That looks so good.
It does look really good. All right, it's time for a bite.
Buen provecho. Oh, it's so good. Look how juicy that is.
Wow, that's a phenomenal bite. Great job.
I don't think any of those tacos are going to make it home to Millie to impress her. What are you going to do?
I think we're going to have to make a nacho bucket for her because I'm going to eat all the tacos.
You got it. What's your record for taco consumption?
I'm not very proud of this, but I'm going to have to go with 12.
12 tacos, man. You know, I wasn't expecting anybody, Chef, but when you're cooking with Chef Merito, you never know who's going to show up. I better go get the door.
Hey,
come on in, Dustin.
Chef Merito smells phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, man. I promised you we were going to come up with some good Mexican and Tex-Mex dishes. This is Chef Cipriano from Chef Merito, who's come up with something special just for you, Tex-Mex style. Chef, what do you got?
Today we're going to be making chicken tinga, a traditional Mexican staple.
All right, Chef, let's get started. That's the ground garlic, lemon pepper, little cumin, and bake it in the center for about 20 minutes. All right, well, Dustin, you've got that chicken cooking in the oven right now for 20 minutes, what, at 400 we said. And now we move to the sauces. Okay, start with the big items, right? The tomatoes.
And the garlic, and the bouillon, and chipotle. We got the adobo.
Boy, that chicken is just falling apart. It's so nice.
Oh, it smells so good.
Now that's the sauce that Dustin had all pre-mixed with the food processor. Hey, Chef, you know what else I like is the color. It blends in, it matches the color of Dustin's beard.
Yeah, it does. And my
Get
hair.
it all over.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
I won't be able to see it.
Well, it smells great, Dustin. Time to put it all together.
Let's do it.
All right, we're ready to make this taco now. We have our beautiful marinated chicken tinga here.
Look at that color. Wow.
Maybe we're gonna add some salsita
Okay.
roja,
A little avocado.
Yeah.
Avocado sauce.
pickled onions.
And cilantro. That looks so good.
It does look really good. All right, it's time for a bite.
Buen provecho. Oh, it's so good. Look how juicy that is.
Wow, that's a phenomenal bite. Great job.
I don't
Good
think
bite.
any of those tacos are going to make it home to Millie to impress her. What are you going to do?
I think we're gonna have to make a nacho bucket for her because I'm gonna eat all the tacos.
You got it. What's your record for taco consumption?
I'm not very proud of this, but I'm gonna have to go with 12.
12
Yeah,
tacos,
12
man.
To the PMS Summer Tour here at the Elks Lodge in San Pedro. How cool was that? Jim Lindbergh from Pennywise. My God, the lead singer of Pennywise, and he's a UCLA fan. His daughter's going to be a Bruin, so that was so cool. Hope you enjoyed that. Mike Watt coming up next hour. Sweet James Bergener is coming up in just a couple of minutes. Thank you for watching here on YouTube. I got Ryan and Tyler here. They're here at the PMS Summer Tour, and we're going to give a winner Dodger tickets for next Tuesday's Dodgers-Angels game at Dodger Stadium. Now, we're going to do a little hamburger contest here. Who can eat the hamburger the fastest? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Ryan's got a good little lead there. He got a nice big bite. But Tyler's bite number 2. They're really savoring the hamburger. Yeah, the bun is going to really soak it up. Yeah, big bite from Ryan. Tyler's having a little trouble chewing, I think. He needs a little water, but there's no water here. You got nothing to drink. You had to. I like his NoFX tattoo, by the way. That's awesome. Oh, a Pennywise tattoo. Nice. Oh, I'm sorry. You're competing. You're competing. All right. Sorry about that. We're doing a hamburger eating contest right now, sir. This is very important. It's going to take a while. Wow, this could be a while. Hey, Matt, how about we just give them both tickets? All right, they both win because we're going to be here forever, and we don't have that long time. Ryan and Tyler, thank you for coming out, guys. I love the tattoo, by the way. Show off the tattoos. Pennywise tattoo. Jim Lindbergh was just here. Got a NoFX tattoo as well. Very cool. So thank you for watching. We'll have Sweet James Bergener coming up. These guys are going to the Dodgers-Angels game next Tuesday. Thanks, everybody.
Sweet James. Getting seriously injured in an accident can be life-changing. At Sweet James Accident Attorneys, we help hundreds of clients get the medical care they need and recover millions of dollars each and every month. If you or someone you love has ever hurt in an accident, call us for a free consultation. You won't pay a dime until we win. Let Sweet James be by your side to turn your setback into your comeback. I'm accident attorney Sweet James. Getting seriously injured in an accident can be life-changing. At Sweet James Accident Attorneys, we help hundreds of clients get the medical care they need and recover millions of dollars each and every month. If you or someone you love has ever hurt in an accident, call us for a free consultation. You won't pay a dime until we win. Let Sweet James be by your side to turn your setback into your comeback.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good?
Perfect. If you're gonna work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
With 100
100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes. It's more than a sports drink. It's Body Armor Edge. This is Body.
Really great experience. Steady racing, man.
Let's go, Lakers! We're at the Petros and Money Show. San Petros! Woohoo! I come all the way out here from Rancho Cucamonga just to see Petros and Money.
Petros and Money Show, AM 570. LA, I love you.
Dodgers baseball is on the air and on your phone. Stream all the games on the iHeartRadio app and get all our exclusive Dodger podcasts as well. Just listen to AM 570 LA Sports every game all season long. Dodgers baseball.
And enter to win the brand new Chevy Silverado. AM570LAsports.com/Chevy or just click and you could be the next big winner. Log on right now.
Dodger baseball on your home of the Dodgers, AM 570 LA Sports. It's time for Dodger baseball on your home of the Dodgers, AM 570 LA Sports. It's time for
podcast platform in all the land, and we appreciate you procuring our podcast there. But moving forward, hit that button. Interact with us.
If you're listening to the show on the
Thank you, Jim. Bird from Europe on about 3 hours of sleep, totally jet lagged, spending a half hour with us. Same thing ahead with Mike Watt at the bottom of the hour.
Unreal, man.
South Bay punk rock legends as we are live at the Elks Lodge in San Pedro, the first stop of the Petros and Money 2022 Chevy Summer Tour. And P, we would not be here were it not for the Sweet James accident attorneys.
Well, he said he would be here, but he has been. Well, we just didn't. It was unforeseen. Unforeseen, and we missed.
Crossed wires, you know.
But thank God we have him on the Comrex. It's time for some justice.
Order in the court. Order in the court. It's time for justice with Sweet James.
A long time before anybody believed in great sports talk on the Petros and Money Show on the radio, there was Sweet James at 800-500-5200. His dense beard awarded best attorneys in America. You don't pay until you settle. He cares about people. He cares about us. And he cares about you, the listener. So give him a call if you've ever been in an accident or anticipate one. Sweet James, are you there?
I am here.
Yeah!
All right.
How's it going?
How are you boys? I've got the t-shirt cannon is ready to go. I got a ton of t-shirts ready to go, so I'll be at the next few. So
is that right?
I think we're going to announce our next tour stop in the next segment, right, Cates? Are we announcing
at the end?
At the end.
We got to squeeze every last person.
Like somebody's like, oh, no, I'm just going to turn off a Cumbre. I was going to go, but now I have an opportunity to go next week.
Check this out, P. Sweet James, this is something we brought up in one of our prior conversations. We were having like a good grab ass and frat guy talk about a guy getting pantsed in the cafeteria and who would be liable. Like, does that guy have to register as a sex offender or something like that for exposing himself? Well, now we're at the pool at the Elks Lodge in San Pedro.
Wow.
And our dear friend Silk is in a towel.
He is.
He went shopping. Okay. He went swimming, I should say. And he took his trunks off, P. They're right in front of you. They're right there getting dry. And there is nothing under that towel but his manhood. So what happens? What happens if somebody decides to pull that towel?
Don't do it.
There's a lot of kids here.
Don't do it. No, he would not have to register. He lacked the intent of exposing himself.
What about the person that pulled the towel?
Yeah, they would be charged with some things.
Okay.
So you don't want to do that.
All right.
But still could be okay.
So let's keep it cool.
Exactly.
I mean, it's been a pretty cool, kid-friendly party.
Let's not do that.
You know, that being said, Matt, I just got a note written on this plate that says 5th grade is finished. There are 15 students from St. Philomena Catholic School in the pool. They just completed elementary school. Can you give them a shout out and a congratulations off to middle school? Way to go, St. Philomena Catholic in the house!
A little bit of news I could have used before I asked the question about Silk.
Very ironic that the note was handed to me almost
right
as the question was being asked. You know, there was a made in the NFL, Sweet James. You know how it is. But one thing struck me about the lawsuit with the Chargers. The man's being sued by his sister, and she's suing him for misogyny. One of the things.
Okay.
Now, I have a sister. I mean, I can't be responsible for my actions over the last 44 years. I mean, no, 40 years. She's 4 years younger. Shout out to my sister Angel on her birthday, by the way. Kefi Yoga.
Shout out.
On Crenshaw, yeah. And sharing a birthday, John Hefner. Fridge cleaning day, John Hefner. But can my sister sue me for misogyny? Can she say, hey, that time that you threw me out of the window, or, that time that, I mean, what's the statute of limitations on that?
No, you're going to be clear on that one, Petros. So there's a.
How does a sibling sue for misogyny? Like, what exactly goes into that?
It's going to be.
I could tell you didn't like me. It's because I was a girl.
Yeah, it's going to be more business-related aspects as opposed to the familial relationship.
So, like Kefi Yoga, you're like, hey, you can't be the CFO. You're a woman. I'm going to be the CFO.
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, you'll never do it. You're too stupid.
I mean, come on, you're a woman.
How could you ever figure it out?
Figure it out.
You idiot.
You and your law degree. What the hell do you know?
All right, so that's good to know. The misogyny part probably not going to make it.
Perfect.
Not going to make it.
You are going to see us at our next tour stop, Sweet James. That's correct?
I believe so.
I don't like I believe so. That's lawyer speak right there. That leaves you
Hey,
out.
maybe he's stringing it out to the end, and he wants to make like a Spider-Man like a swoop in, like when we went to go see O. Remember that, Sweet James? In Happier Times when we saw O.
Yeah.
I think we went to see Ka, and I fell asleep. If I remember right. Our Vegas trip.
800-500-5200, 800-500-5200, the one and only Sweet James Bergener. Okay, one more question, Sweet James.
Okay.
Locally related. The president was speaking at the USS Iowa today, which led to the closing of the Vincent Thomas Bridge for quite some time. Let's say I have somebody bleeding out in my car, and I'm diverted to Anaheim Street, and they die. Can I sue the federal government?
Fair question.
You could. Unfortunately, some governmental immunities are going to take precedent and probably make that claim not valid.
All right. Let's say the Biden motorcade's going by. I'm pissed about Roe v. Wade, and I attack the motorcade. Right. And while I attack the motorcade, the Secret Service agent kind of gives me a little slap, like an extra little pimp slap. He's going to get away with that, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to get away with that. Yeah.
Damn. All right.
What if I just flip it off?
Hey, that's the First Amendment right there.
It is?
Freedom of speech. Yes, it is.
Okay, what if I flip it off, but it's below my window, and I'm just like, yeah, check it out, but they can't see it. All right.
Yeah. You try it. Yeah,
I got you.
Sweet James Bergener, 800-500-5200, the dense spirit of justice. There's only one. Sweet James, if you've been injured, you better call Sweet James. We hope to see you next week, Sweet James.
See you then.
We're not supposed to say when the next party is, are we?
No, not yet. Not till the very last segment.
Well, it might be next week.
Like a week from today.
Oh, my God, is that him?
That's him.
Should we do him next? I mean, since he's here, we might as well just talk to him next, right? All right, we'll be right back with one of our favorite people ever from the city of San Pedro. We're thrilled to have him. The king of Pedro Town, a man of the city, a seminal musician, and perhaps an honorary elk. Mike Watt will join us next on the Petros and Money Show on AM 570 LA Sport.
You're clear.
I'm accident attorney Sweet James. Getting seriously injured in an accident can be life-changing. At Sweet James Accident Attorneys, we help hundreds of clients get the medical care they need and recover millions of dollars each and every month. If you or someone you love has ever hurt in an accident, call us for a free consultation. You won't pay a dime until we win. Let Sweet James be by your side to turn your setback into your comeback.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet. Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Well, that's my thing,
Dude,
and
this
that's
is
an
awesome,
excitement
but
type of thing
we
when
should
I
get back
watch
to
you
work.
guys play. have been playing pretty good.
It's good? Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
This is the Vassay Report, featuring Dodger insider David Vassay from Dodger Stadium.
Multi-matic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Do you like the big
This is
three?
awesome, but we should get back to work.
That's a basketball term too. I've had
It's good? Perfect.
If you're going to work remote,
somebody's listening.
work remote.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
Find
listening,
new
because I try
workspaces,
and
find
stay off
new roads.
those
Chevrolet.
wavelengths of media and stuff like that.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2.
I haven't heard.
With multi-matic shocks, rugged 33-inch
Well,
tires,
that's my
and front
thing,
and
and
rear
that's an
electronic
excitement
locking
type of thing when I watch
differentials.
you guys play.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
We have been playing pretty good.
It's good? Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet. Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With multi-matic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
It's good? Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet. Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With multi-matic
Hey,
shocks,
Petros and Money
rugged
fans,
33-inch
Fred Rogan
tires,
here.
and
Hope
front
you're
and rear
enjoying the
electronic
PMS
locking
Summer Tour.
differentials.
Don't forget to listen to us.
this is
Monty
awesome.
Pete, myself.
We should get back to
starting at noon right here.
Our radio app. There is now this sweet new feature. You hit that button. You can interact
If you're
with
gonna
us
work remote,
live in the moment during the
remote.
stream. We love that you
Find
podcast and
new
have made the
workspaces,
iHeartRadio app the
find
#1
new
podcast
roads.
platform in all the
Chevrolet.
land. And we appreciate you procuring our
Make way for the
podcast.
first ever
But moving
Chevy
forward,
Silverado CR2.
interact with us.
If you're
With
listening,
multi-matic
We
shocks,
get to keep
rugged
doing this, so
33-inch
stick
tires,
around. We're
and
giving
front
a
and
lot
rear
of
electronic
huge
locking
prizes away,
differentials.
plus some more
this is
great
awesome,
sports talk
but
still to come.
we should get back to work.
Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour.
It's another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour stop. Another chance to sign up to win a brand new 2022 Chevy Silverado. Presented by Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Now back to Petros Papadakis and Matt
Make
Money
way for the
Smith.
first ever Chevy Silverado.
All right, it's another year and another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour. Thanks so much for being with us. We cannot thank you enough because of your participation last year and so far this year. We get to keep doing this, so stick around. We're giving a lot of huge prizes away, plus some more great sports talk still to come. The Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour.
It's another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour stop. Another chance to sign up to win a brand new 2022 Chevy Silverado. Presented by Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Now back to Petros Papadakis and Matt Money Smith.
All right, Chef, let's get started. That's the ground garlic, lemon pepper, little cumin, and bake it in the center for about 20 minutes. All right, well, Dustin, you've got that chicken cooking in the oven right now for 20 minutes, what, 400 you said? And now we move to the sauces. Okay, start with the big items, right? The tomatoes.
And the garlic, and the bouillon, and chipotle. I got the adobo.
Boy, that chicken is just falling apart. It's so nice.
Oh, it smells so good.
Now that's the sauce that Dustin had all pre-mixed with the food processor. Hey Chef, you know what else I like is the color. It blends in, it matches the color of Dustin's beard.
Yeah, it does. And my
Get
hair.
it all over.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I won't be able to see it.
Well, it smells great, Dustin. Time to put it all together.
Let's do it.
All right, we're ready to make this taco now. We have our beautiful marinated chicken tinga here.
Look at that color. Wow.
And then we're gonna add some salsita
Okay.
roja,
A little avocado.
Yeah.
Avocado sauce.
pickled onions.
And cilantro. That looks so good.
It does look really good. All right, it's time for a bite.
Buen provecho. Oh, it's so good. Look how juicy that is.
Wow, that's a phenomenal bite. Great job.
I don't
Bite.
think any of those tacos are going to make it home to Millie to impress her. What are you going to do?
I think we're going to have to make a nacho bucket for her because I'm going to eat all the tacos.
You got it. What's your record for taco consumption?
I'm not very proud of this, but I'm going to have to go with 12.
12 tacos, man.
Morant brings it up court. Oh, what a move over to Diggins Smith. A little razzle-dazzle. Back to John. Finish his shot. Under and dunk. Here's the pitch to Mookie Betts. He launches it deep.
Get it done, I gotta move.
Murray drops back.
Put in the work, you can't stop me, I won't lose.
Murray takes it. Finds an opening. And touchdown.
With 100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes, it's more than a sports drink. It's Body Armor Edge.
CR2. Home of the Dodgers, AM
With Multimatic
570
shocks,
LA
rugged
Sports.
33-inch
Time for
tires, and
Dodger
front and rear
baseball on your
electronic
home of the
locking
Dodgers,
differential.
AM 570 LA Sports.
We should get back to work.
Sweet James Accident Attorneys. If hurt in an accident, call
Cat in the
800
billboard,
500 And by Body Armor. More than a sports drink. Here they are. Streaming live on the iHeartRadio app and at AM570 LA Sports on YouTube.
Streams cross, worlds collide, and you could be our first finalist that qualifies to win that 2022 Chevy Silverado truck.
It's Petros, Papadakis, and Mad Money Smith.
What am I gonna do with this guy? What am I gonna do with this guy? Pushing.
Buenos dias.
Last night, I dreamt of San Pedro. Just like I'd never gone. I knew the song.
Petros and Money. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, but more importantly today, live on YouTube. YouTube.com/AM570LA Sports. You can watch if you're not here. It's the first stop of the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour at the San Pedro Elks Club. A special shout out to our man Jim Lindberg. Pennywise joined us a little bit earlier, and P, it was 9 years ago that we had a conversation. We talked about it earlier. I think my favorite interview of anyone we have ever had on one of our summer tour stops was here. We spent about 30 minutes with him, and we're about to get it going again.
He's just back from a tour.
Back from a tour.
Looking spry.
He is busy. He's got multiple tour dates upcoming. Everything that he's touched. And
this is my song about San Pedro.
You know, there's a club here now.
Mike Watt's with us on the Chevy Silverado Celebrity Headset. I could do the big intro, fire hose, Minutemen, bass that you immediately recognize. A figure of South Bay punk rock that created a sound and certainly was an influence to gosh knows how many artists moving forward. Mike, thanks so much for being with us.
Yeah, absolutely, man. 125 months with the Stooges.
So, you know what? Let's get to that because you played with a lot of people.
Yeah.
We just, on Iggy, we do have a birthday celebration of people every single day we do
April
the show.
21.
And we did Iggy. And we talked about Search and Destroy and that record and just how it created punk rock. So you've worked with a bunch of people, but what's it like working with Iggy? How different is that?
Yeah, closest guy I could say to him, I mean, he's very much individual. We all are, but he does it in his artistic expression. Pairs like that with the porno guys. I was in Daytona Beach last week helping them. And what I do, you know, especially them big gigs, it's hard to relate with the people, you know. Everybody's little. It's like us seeing the arena rock gigs when we were teenagers, right? No band started an arena rock gig, but in a club. So what I do is on the stage, I pretend that's the club. And the guy is singing and dancing for me, you know. And they go all out.
Right.
Beautiful, beautiful people. And very plain speaking. No front, no jive, you know. I really appreciate that.
Mike Watt is with us. For people that may not know, and you know, I wish we'd kind of educate them here in these quick few minutes as we talk to you about it. But you know, we think about iconic guitarists or drummers or frontmen, but when it comes to the bass, you know, I'm not saying you guys get the short shrift, but we don't really have that conversation a lot. As I mentioned,
the list is shorter.
Yeah, and your bass, Mike, is special. How did you come up with that sound? How did you decide that was the instrument you were going to play and that you were going to play it like that?
I did not decide. It was Dee Boone's mom. We were 12 years old. She said, "You're going to have a band and you're going to be on the bass."
Well, that'll do it.
I didn't know what it was. You know, arena rock was so far away. I thought it was a guitar with 4 strings. Now, what, 50 years later? It's 4-string drum set. That's what I've come to learn. And speaking of short bass players, Dusty Hill, we lost brother Dusty, man. He was, it was easy. I got to meet him. like 10 thumbs, but he could work them, man. Houston, I guess originally Dallas, but really sad when you lose. Bass, most people when they go the head, they look at the tile. I look at the grout. Bass is a grout between the tile.
Yeah.
Mike Watt.
100%.
There's nobody like him, and if you're from San Pedro, you know him. You know his instrument, and San Pedro's a different kind of town. You could be a well-known person in San Pedro and still feel very much embraced by the community and very much part of the community and not a prop in the community, so to speak. Now, you came to San Pedro from Virginia.
When I was 9.
9 years old. What was it like when you came and you were 9 years old? What was the town like, and how's it different now?
My papa was a machinist mate in the Navy, and Vietnam was a lot closer to Pedro than Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah.
So, but what I felt about it was a lot of things all together at the same time, but still calm enough that people didn't have to sweat each other. And I dug that. And it was, even as a boy, I could feel that. And it was like fertile. Things could grow here. Also, being by the sea, being a port town, you're, what do you call it? Cosmopolitan. Things come through, you know? A lot of
global
cats. And especially in the Navy housing, that's where I first came through. You'd only know a dude a year and a half, and then another dude would move in. And so I got to learn people. Maybe that's where I learned about touring, too. It is kind of a sailor life. This one I just did was 48 gigs in 48 days.
Jeez.
It was 12,580 miles. It's a big country.
Yeah.
580 miles. I drove every one of them. 64 years old. Huh?
The wheelman.
See, callus is here from the bass strings. Here from the steering wheel. Econo line.
Right? You know what? That brings up something that, and we brought this up the other day. I don't remember why it came up, Pete, but we were talking about ball hog or tugboat.
Oh, yeah.
And for people that don't know, I think that's what you guys did, right? It was you and Pat Smear and Dave Grohl and Eddie Vedder in a van, and you guys toured to support that record. Right? Did you guys van that and overnight it?
That was Dave Grohl's idea. I think it was like 23 gigs. And, they said, why don't we open up for you and then we'll be your band? So it was trippy. I was driving around. And, the FBI came to my house a couple of years after that tour because where I conked in Junction City, Kansas, is where that idiot rented that truck to blow up that Nora building in Oklahoma.
Really?
Timothy McVeigh.
Right.
Yeah.
So they come to my house and, I showed them what I did and all this, and they never visited me again.
That's
Holy
good news.
cow. The video, there was one video that emerged from that tour, and so I grew up in Chicago, the Metro.
That's where it was.
Yeah, so the Metro is kind of Metro, the Vic, the
Clark
Riviera.
Street, right by
exactly,
Cubs.
Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
What are your favorite, especially in the South Bay, some iconic venues that you just really like?
Well,
playing?
Pedro, I was saying earlier, Pedro's got a club now called the Sardine.
The Sardine,
On Pacific and 11th Street. And you can actually play now in Pedro. We were playing at Harold's Place and stuff like that. But this guy, Todd Conge.
Tough to compete with the shuffleboard at Harold's Place, though.
Nice tooth. It's a favorite pickup line. No, but good cats there, too. But, yeah, hard to compete with shuffle. But, I don't know. The thing about Pedro, at first it was more like a thermos bottle, kind of insulated you, close enough to Hollywood to work there, but you didn't have to live there. But why not bring a little gig action here? We've had it, we got this stuff on Point Furman gigs right in the summertime, and Shakespeare.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of those. My brother was in Much Ado About Nothing.
All right.
The great Mike Watt is our guest. We could not be more thrilled to have him here. A great person in our community and a great person for music. You just talked about what you just have been through, your tour. It's not a glamorous life, although I know it's great to play in front of people. Yeah. What keeps you doing the schedule you're doing? What keeps you going as hard as you go?
You never know when you're going to do your last gig. So you got to pack it in there, right? And would you want to look back and say I went out only halfway? No.
Right.
Yeah.
The difference with you, though, Mike, is the amount of people that you work with. Like here, I'm just going to go through your schedule right now. Missing Men got a show on the 19th at Blipsy Barcade
right
in LA.
in K-Town.
So
let's go.
In K-Town.
Yeah.
Mike Watt Trio, 25th, High Desert Test Sites Outpost, Joshua Tree.
That's Trip. This couple that lives, there's a lot of musicians in Joshua Tree now. And this couple wants me to come over the night before, make an album with them, and the next day, do a gig.
Let's go.
So then,
see, that's what punk is. It's not style of music. It's a state of mind. You get grabbed by the horns.
Right.
Because it might pass you by, right?
So is that what, and then you go Toys That Kill on the 16th.
Right.
At the Sardine.
At the Sardine.
That's in
right.
July.
Oh, my God. That's right here.
A month with Flipper.
Yeah, that's a trip in Europe, right? And we're going to go as a trio. It's a very challenging, interesting thing, yeah.
I mean, that's punk rock. You're working with 4 different bands over the course of 2 months.
Well, last week was in North Adams, Massachusetts at the Solid Sound Festival. And then the week before that was Daytona Beach, right? So
with Porno for Pyros?
Porno for Pyros. And then the week before that, 2 months before that was the MSSV tour. Once things got healthier, still trying to be careful, but... this is what I do. It's kind of an old tradition. It was called vaudeville in the old days.
Right.
And it's called Work in the Room. And I am proud to be part of that thing. And I think part of my Pedro fabric lends itself to that.
You mentioned I love the analogy, the grout. And for people that are in bands or work around bands, they don't realize, I don't think, how important the bass is, and for the bass and the drums to be in sync. If they are not, it's over. You can't listen to a live performance. So what I'm getting at is, you got 6, 7 different bands, and you've got to play bass, and you've got to get in tune with that drummer.
Yeah.
What is the assimilation process like for you as you're with all these different artists, and do you have to play bass a different way with each of them? How does
absolutely.
that work? So how does that work?
It's kind of like dancing. Now, the closest note to me on stage is the kick drum. It's not really a guitar, like I said. It's more like 4-string drum set. So I got to dance with his kick drum. And I got to make sure I don't step on his toes by getting aware of that backbeat on the snare. So I'm kind of boxing maybe a little bit too. Maybe a little Marshall, a little Bruce Lee, a little cha-cha, These are the kind of things. I think it goes way back before we even had instruments. Or the first instruments was the bottom of our feet dancing on the ground. That's the drum. So the bass is kind of that wind blowing through the trees to glue it. Low pitch. It's a trippy kind of thing. And so, nature kind of punishes us for playing too much. That's one thing you got to watch out for. It's not about the most notes. It's with bass guitar, especially with the drummer. It's about the right notes. Get in there with him. Make it move. Make it feel. And it's a challenge, but I think it's worth taking. Otherwise, you kind of jive.
What an unbelievable person. Great insight. Mike Watt, our guest. Now, do you remember about 8 years ago when this poor Elks Club was all burned down, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
And we did the show in front of the carcass of the Elks?
Absolutely.
Have you been here since it's been re-erected?
I hobbled by here. One of my hobbling paths is around here, so I've been looking through the fence. But I ain't a member.
No, I am a member, and I will sponsor you if you ever want to become an Elk.
Brother Matt, help me.
It's quite simple.
Brother Matt.
Yeah.
Brother Matt has been doing the Watt from Petros show. I've had a show for 21 years, right? Where I get on and I talk the music. In fact, during the situation, 14 months, I had 5 guests a week, almost 300 musicians using the Skype,
Yeah.
The internet can be used for more than just spreading hate and lies, man. We can collab and learn about dudes and get inspired, and that's what I've been doing with Brother Matt.
The Watt from Pedro show. Do you walk around up above here?
Yeah, Friendship Park.
Yeah, and Bogdanovich
and also
Park.
Also by the waterfront, Warehouse One. And old Port Sacal, I guess it's going to be called West Harbor.
Did you know they're going to build I know you sang about Canetti's. Canetti's
right.
Seafood Grotto is no longer there, but one of the great...
But the building is.
Yeah,
the
building's
the old immigration building.
It's the Ellis Island for the West Coast.
That's right.
And the Trainees are building a big fish restaurant over there.
I'm way into that.
Yeah.
I heard Yankovic sold the refinery, the oil stuff to some Seattle... there's changes for Pedro.
We used to be able to get an octopus steak, or squid steak and eggs at Canetti's.
Yes, I loved it, fish and eggs. there's something down there called Out to Sea. You know about this?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
They're going to farm mussels, and the next. Pedro's gone through a lot of trips, like the tuna industry, the containers, the cans, right? The longshoreman. That's probably going to get automated. We go through these different trips. I think we should always embrace the water.
I don't know. Look, as we kind of start to wrap this up, Mike, I don't know how much you like talking about it. If you like it, if you don't, I don't know if it helped make you some money, how many fans it created. But for people that aren't familiar with Minutemen, with Firehose, with all the projects you've worked with all the stuff you have going now, Mike Watt Trio, we mentioned the Missing Men, everything you have going.
Yeah.
Corona, became an iconic song.
But that's a D. Boone song.
It's a D. Boone song. It's on Double Nickels on the Dime. It's one of the great records in the history of music. But people that don't know Minutemen know that song because it's the opening for Jackass.
Brother Matt told me they played at the Dodger game yesterday.
They play it all. Exactly. They play it all the time.
Spike Jones told me about this show he's making. You named it.
Jackass.
And he
there
said,
you go.
"Can I use Corona?" And D. Boone's daddy was in Bakersfield with emphysema, and he said, "This is a way D. Boone can help his pop." And I saw the what's it called? Pilot.
Yeah.
The guy's tasered the balls and poured his thing upside down, and so I saw it. Okay. Even though it has nothing to do with that tune in a way, he wrote with that. We took me, him, and Georgie went to Ensenada. And I felt like a gringo, and he wrote Corona. And it was about our experiences of this one day. It was the 4th of July on a Sunday, which was their election day. It was a trippy thing. So we wrote these tunes, but he could write the better ones.
Oh, come on. I mean, look, D. Boone was incredible.
Yeah.
The two of you together, wrote incredible music. And that's a great way to look at it. It helped out his father.
Yeah, it did.
It clearly made you and D. Boone a lot of money. That's wonderful to hear.
No, all D. Boone, because he wrote that song. I didn't write it.
So that's 100% to him. How about that?
Bass. Still play the bass.
It's a hell of a bass line out there, too.
I was thinking of a guitarron,
Exactly.
They're trippy. You pluck them with 2 strings at a time and stuff.
It's Watt from Pedro. What a stud, dude.
The best. And again, you can. Forgive my ignorance, Mike. What's the website is?
Well, you could go to MikeWatt.com.
MikeWatt.com has it all.
But it'll point it to the Hoot page.
That's it. Hoot page is what I'm thinking of. Hoot page, and it is incredible. There is so much information on there.
I do tour diaries.
It's incredible.
It's part of my therapy to keep it together.
You're busy on the internet, man. You got SoundCloud. You got Discogs.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have everything going.
Here's what I thought about the internet when it was first coming on. It's like a fanzine.
Right. That's a great point.
No middleman.
Right.
But people go to these merch things. It's staple up a flyer, but having your own fanzine, nobody can tell you what. So I embraced it.
Hoot page. It's awesome. You're playing a bunch of gigs. 19th is the one that's coming up soonest. June 19th, Blipsy Barcade on Western and K-Town, as you mentioned, with the Missing Men.
Yeah. Western. Same Western, people. That's how long that street is.
Yeah, it goes all the way up to Hollywood.
Some people say it ends in Pedro. I think it begins in Pedro.
Yeah, right in Royal Palms. My great-grandparents used to take the red line from Walker all the way to the Greek church on Pico and Normandy. Yeah, and they ripped it out. The great Mike Watt, ladies and gentlemen. There's a great source of energy and art and community in our area. We could not be more thrilled. What a ball of energy and a champion and thoughtful answers to stupid questions, at least for me. God bless you, Mike. Have a great day, man.
Sir.
Thank you so much for
Petros
coming up.
Money, you're rich and people.
You're the best.
We love you. Mike Watt, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back. We have the NFL power couple.
They're coming.
Nick Riera wants to talk about how to get Mike out at that man out at the Cove.
Let's do it. What now?
You want to go paddle out?
I mean, sun's up till 8.
Thank you so much. It's the Petros and Money Show live from the Elks Club in beautiful San Pedro, California. The Chevy Summer Tour brought to you by Chevrolet and Chef Merito. We have the barbecue tote bag and Mimi barbecue to give away.
I'm accident attorney Sweet James. Getting seriously injured in an accident can be life-changing. At Sweet James Accident Attorneys, we help hundreds of clients get the medical care they need and recover millions of dollars each and every month. If you or someone you love has ever hurt in an accident, call us for a free consultation. You won't pay a dime until we win. Let Sweet James be by your side to turn your setback into your comeback.
New workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet. Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work. This good? Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Edge. This is Body Armor Edge.
Moran brings it up court. Oh, what a move! Over to Diggins Smith. A little razzle-dazzle. Back to John. Finish his left. Under and dunk. Here's the pitch to Mookie Betts. He launches it deep.
Get it done, I gotta move.
Murray drops back.
Work, you can't stop me, I won't lose.
Finds an opening. And touchdown!
With 100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes, it's more than a sports drink. It's Body Armor Edge. This is Body Armor Edge.
Moran brings it up court. Oh, what a move! Over to Diggins Smith. A little razzle-dazzle. Here's the pitch to Mookie Betts. Murray drops back.
With 100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes, it's more than a sports drink. It's Body Armor Edge. This is Body Armor Edge.
Moran brings it up court. Over to Diggins Smith. A little razzle-dazzle.
All right, it's another year and another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour. Thanks so much for being with us. We cannot thank you enough because of your participation last year and so far this year. We get to keep doing this, so stick around. We're giving a lot of huge prizes away, plus some more great sports talk still to come. It's the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour.
It's another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour stop. Another chance to sign up to win a brand new 2022 Chevy Silverado. Presented by Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Now back to Petros Papadakis and Matt Money Smith.
When it comes to Summer Tour stop memories, easy one for me. Vans headquarters, half pipe, hanging out with Steve Caballero, Christian Hosoi, sadly R.I.P. Jeff Grosso, one of our all-time favorites, spending time with us, riding the pipe, seeing all the kids out there, Steve Van Dorn grilling up food. I mean, was there a bet? That was the true definition of a Summer Tour stop. Took over a parking lot, built a half pipe, had a shoe that was a car, Steve Van Dorn grilling, all them skateboarders and us having a great time. And hopefully we will find 6 more that can top that unbelievable accomplishment in the history of the Petros and Money Show. When it comes to
the show on the iHeart Radio app,
there is now this sweet new feature. You hit that button, you can interact with us live in the moment during the stream. We love that you podcast and have made the iHeart Radio app the #1 podcast platform in all the land, and we appreciate you procuring our podcast there. But moving forward, hit that button. Interact with us.
If you're listening to the show on the iHeart Radio app, we're giving away some sweet tickets featuring the Dodgers and the Angels in the AM 570 LA Sports Sweet Alert. We're giving away some sweet tickets
Chef, but
featuring the Dodgers and the Angels in the AM 570 LA Sports.
Hey, come on in, Dustin.
Chef Marito smells phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, man. I promised you we were going to come up with some good Mexican and Tex-Mex dishes. This is Chef Cipriano from Chef Merito, who's come up with something special just for you, Tex-Mex style. Chef, what do you got?
Today we're going to be making chicken tinga, a traditional Mexican staple.
All right, Chef, let's get started. That's the ground garlic, lemon pepper, little cumin, and bake it in the center for about 20 minutes. All right, well, Dustin, you've got that chicken cooking in the oven right now for 20 minutes, what, at 400 you said? And now we move to the sauces. Okay, start with the big items, right? The tomatoes.
And the garlic, and the bouillon, and chipotle. We got the adobo.
Boy, that chicken is just falling apart. It's so nice.
Oh, it smells so good.
Now that's the sauce that Dustin had all pre-mixed with the food processor. Hey, Chef, you know what else I like is the color. It blends in. It matches the color of Dustin's beard.
Yeah, it does. They might
Get
have
it all over.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
I won't be able to see it.
Well, it smells great, Dustin. Time to put it all together.
Let's do it.
All right, we're ready to make this taco now. We have our beautiful marinated chicken tinga here.
Look at that color. Wow.
And then we're gonna add some salsita
Okay.
roja,
A little avocado.
Yeah.
Avocado sauce.
pickled onions.
And cilantro. That looks so good.
It does look really good. All right, it's time for a bite.
Buen provecho. Oh, it's so good. Look how juicy that is.
Wow, that's a phenomenal bite. Great job.
I don't think any of those tacos are going to make it home to Millie to impress her. What are you going to do?
I think we're going to have to make a nacho bucket for her because I'm going to eat all the tacos.
You got it. What's your record for taco consumption?
I'm not very proud of this, but I'm going to have to go with 12.
12 tacos,
12
man.
Let's go, Lakers! We're on the Petros and Money Show! San Petros! Woo! I drove all the way out here from Rancho Cucamonga just to see Petros and Money.
This is Chef Cipriano from Chef Merito, who's come up with something special just for you.
Petros and Money Show, AM 570. LA, I love you.
All right, Chef, let's get started.
Let's go, Lakers! We're on the Petros and Money Show!
And of course, here from the San Pedro Elks Club, the beautiful Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour. Register to be a finalist right over there for the 2022 Chevy Silverado. Everybody's having a great time. Big thank you to our sponsors, Chevrolet, Body Armor.
Isn't this great?
Sweet James Accident Attorneys and C4 Energy Drinks. Ignite your fire. In just a matter of time, we have Dodgers, Giants. Dodgers on deck with Tim Cates from this very location at the Elks. Starts at 6. But Matt joining us right now. And yes, we are dressed in our... I needed the suite for my son's birthday, you know. Spoiled 10-year-old. And this was the...
This is our payment.
This is the trade. So thank you for doing that.
I wasn't invited, but I'm in a shark head, right?
You were there the next night, Matt.
I was.
You left early.
And I ate all the hot dogs and all the beers. And by the way, we're giving away tickets online at youtube.com/AM570 LA Sports to come see us in the suite. We'll be there on Tuesday for Dodgers Angels. But Pete joining us right now. And a big thank you to Mike Watt. My God, that was special.
The two interviews with Mike Watt, the two musicians, Mike Watt and, of course, the great Jim Lindberg. Legendary stuff that you can watch on YouTube later or check out on the iHeartRadio app. But we're back to sports like Geeter in the first hour, Matt.
Well, I realized we talked to Geeter for about 3 minutes about sports, and then we got into his appearance on The Price is Right. But now we have...
And then the refrigerator.
The refrigerator, exactly, at Spectrum Sportsnet. But now we have a royal couple of football in the Chevy Silverado Celebrity headset and headset and a half because we only have 3 mics.
And local.
You see Colleen Wolfe all over NFL Network. She gets a little bit of a break now before her omnipresence through training camp and schedule releases and all that sort of stuff. John Gonzalez, you see him at Sports Illustrated, a podcast at sportsillustrated.si.com. Welcome. I'll share. I got this here. Welcome, both of you.
Welcome to you guys. How are there only 3 headsets? You guys are a major radio station.
Well, Bert's got one on his head right
show.
There. That one doesn't work. I don't know. What do you want from us?
Well, you do have a fun outfit, though.
Yeah, I'm dressed like Aquaman.
Did you catch the greeting?
No, did you just call me a malacca?
She did.
You can't say that on the air.
No, it's a term of
You know who's the true
What are you
malacca?
talking about?
Mr. Malacca, Deshaun Watson, ladies and gentlemen. Just look up what a malacca is.
Boom.
Now, this guy now works at Sports Illustrated, but John, you used to work at The Ringer, and you wrote the oral history of pros versus Joes, and that's how we got to know each other.
That's how we met.
Yeah, and it was a very interesting article.
What did you think of that?
I loved being part of it, and I thought it was really, really accurate. You know, all this, maybe a little too much about me.
You were the star. You stole that entire... Look, that thing had probably 20 extremely famous athletes in it.
Michael Irvin, Goldberg.
Oh, I talked to everybody. The number one response that I got from people was, you got to tell me about Petros. And I'm like, he stole the entire article. It was great.
So what gives you an idea to write something like that, and how much do you have, because you work at Sports Illustrated now,
Yeah.
I'm sure you have like 30 editors that you have to go through. What is the process like when you say, I want to, there's not many people that filter what Matt and I do, obviously.
Sure.
There's no committee.
Why not? Why not?
I don't believe it.
How do you get something like that written? Because that's pretty obscure. I mean, that's 20 years old.
Well, we're the same age, and I love that show, iconic show. You were the host of that show. And there was
not always, though. They fired me
That's
3
true.
years
well,
in.
You know, you were the good host of the show.
Yeah, I got glazered.
Who even remembers who came after you?
They moved it to a soundstage. It wasn't the same.
Did he even do anything afterwards? Nobody's even heard of that
Glazer and
guy.
Strahan, losers.
Never heard of
Nobody's
them.
heard of that. But I was sitting at the house one day telling my lovely wife from NFL Network about Pros versus Joes, and she said, no, come on, that couldn't have been an actual show. And I said, not only was
Incredible.
That's what I said when they pitched it to me.
Yeah.
I laughed and walked out, and that's why I got the job, because I was such an a-hole. Every other audition I've ever been to is like, I really want this job, and they never give it to me.
You were perfect for the job.
Yeah, you got to act like an a-hole. You get the job.
Everybody I talked to on that show had a story about you after the show.
I was
doing
young.
Whatever you were. I don't want to blow up your spot.
No, I
but you
was
were doing
smoking a lot of cigarettes.
Some stuff.
There's some gravity bong hits, and there was a lot of drinking.
A lot of drink. You had a suite set up?
Yeah, we set up a suite, a mini bar. It was a lot of fun.
What did you call it?
The mini bar. Club 80. That's for the grips.
Yes.
That's the 80. That's the union number. But I mean, do you get to write fun stuff like that all the time? Or is it like, most of the time it's like, oh, let me go check out what's going on with Tyreek Hill. Wow, this guy's fast. You know how fast this guy is? So fast. How does that go?
That's not my bag. I like to talk to people like you who have fun stories, and it tends to be much more frivolous stuff. Money, what's happening?
What, you can't take me seriously?
Well, I mean, you're lingering behind me in a shark
I'm a
outfit.
shark.
I've never worked with you in a shark outfit before, so it's a little jarring.
Colleen, you hear the voice, the great Colleen Wolfe from NFL Network. We share a
lovely lady, and my apologies to her.
A common partner, Colleen.
We do.
A big part of the Petros and Money show was about a 3-year window when we would crosstalk and engage with our dear friend Tony Bruno. Into the night with Tony Bruno was on locally right after us from 7 until 10 p.m. Our boss, Don Martin here. My man, I'm going to put Tony on at night. He's going to light it up. He is going to light up the nights, my man. So we got to work with Tony. Colleen, you have worked with Tony because of your Philly roots. Can you share some of your experiences with one of the favorite people as and I don't want to say ancillary, but as a supporting character to the Petros and Money show through all the years we've been on the air?
Tony Bruno is a Philadelphia staple. And if you are somehow connected to the Philadelphia media, if you have not interacted with Tony Bruno, then you're just not real. Like it's sort of a rite of passage to work with Tony. And he is a quintessential Philly guy.
What is the difference between Philadelphia, living in Philadelphia day to day, and living in Point Vicente? So close to both Tomatillo restaurants.
Well,
I mean, you are adjacent. Both Tomatillos. I mean, there's one right there in Golden
I've
Cove.
never been.
Oh, come on. And there's the gas station one.
So which
it's
one?
the gringo Mexican food for Palos Verdes. Tomatillo, top of the hill. Let's go.
No, it's in Golden Cove.
Yeah.
There's two.
Maybe
there's
we go
one by
for
the
dinner.
gas station.
That's what we do.
So what's the difference between living there and living in Philadelphia? Less
the sun,
dumpster pools?
The sun, I would say. Like, it's out here. You have it here, which
Lot
is
of
so
sun.
cool.
Water.
Not at home, really. We don't have that.
But it's a long commute to the NFL Network, is it not?
It is, but I get some work done. I listen to Money. I listen to you guys on the way.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
I get all my prep done from this show.
I listen to Money
That's how
on the
I
way,
get
too.
myself prepared.
So do I. I had to listen to myself. You guys are world travelers and give you an opportunity, even though it's on the air with all these people listening and all these people getting drunk around this
What if
pool
you
at the
F
Elks
up?
Club. What if you F up when you take your trip to Greece? They're going to Greece with
We're
like
going
30
to
people.
Greece.
Pete.
That's right.
On a cruise?
2 weeks.
No.
we're
Good.
No,
Great.
we
Don't go on the cruise.
Okay.
I can
Number
attest to
one
that.
thing ever for Greece. Don't go on the cruise. Nobody respects even a good-looking couple like this. No one respects them coming off the boat. No one. And not until the boat leaves do people really get served on any Greek island or port by the water. Never go on a cruise.
Well, duly noted.
Ever.
You'll be.
Where are you going?
I'm glad you threw that out there. You'll be thrilled to know that not only are we not going on a cruise, we're going.
Chartered your own boat?
We're going with like 25 Greeks.
Oh, fabulous!
Yeah.
Now
So-
that's also dangerous.
Okay.
What type of Greeks are we talking about? There are two. No, there's no good Greek. There are two kinds of Greeks. There are the Greeks from the city, which you don't know any of them, because they would never interact with somebody like they don't talk to Americans. They're like Parisians.
You're talking about like Athens.
Athenians.
Yeah, Athenians.
That's one place.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like a goat effer. Seriously, just troglodytes. That's why we're here.
Sure.
We had nothing there.
Dressed as Aquaman.
Right. So you must be going. You must be going with some
We're
real,
taking advice from you.
some
It's
real
perfect.
dirty Greeks, some real banana noses.
Well, I'm gonna.
Unless it's Spirodides, he's got some class.
We're gonna. Well, do you want to come? I think
No.
that this outfit would go over
No,
great.
I'd rather.
Where are you guys going?
I love Greece.
So
Mykonos and Santorini.
All right, Mykonos.
and then Cyprus.
Why?
one of the Greeks is
Did
half
we just take your
Cypriot.
breath away?
You're in trouble, dude.
One of them's half Cypriot. Why? You don't like Cyprus?
No, just protect your neck.
Okay.
That's a bloody place.
We're from Philly.
Yeah, no, you're all right.
Right.
But Cyprus is Cypriots are a little different now.
Yeah.
Mykonos has Petros the pelican, the mascot of the town.
Oh,
so you
great.
can take a picture with
True
him
story.
and maybe write an article about it.
That's the first thing he'll do.
One of them was violently assaulted and murdered, the pelican, by a sailor.
Okay.
But that's in the past. There's two.
All right.
There's two beaches: Paradise Beach and Super Paradise.
Yeah.
You have to get both of them by ferry.
What about
on a
Ornos?
sliding scale, they become gayer as the coves go inward. So
I love it.
yeah, no, get those nipple tassels and let's go.
John
ready to
has them
go.
packed already.
Yeah, the Lindsay Lohan place is closed though.
I thought we had clamps. It was supposed to be tassels.
You know what?
Tassels.
Super paradise for the clamps. Tassels
You guys will
paradise.
have a great time.
Clamps super paradise.
I can't wait.
That's very
Yeah.
true, Matt.
Can I borrow part of the lower?
Oh
like, the
yeah, you
hammock
could do
part?
that. I don't think it'll
Yeah.
fit you though. This
The
is
hammock part would be
this is
good.
an XL. This is for
Do you always work out in this
this is for
outfit?
Aquaman after he's had the oyster special. What a couple, man.
Oh, the best. Thank you so much for coming
Yes.
out,
This
for
was
drinking
great.
beers.
Thanks for having us.
I would promote what you're doing, but you guys are taking off to Greece for like
Yeah,
a month.
have fun.
So what the hell? You got nothing
Follow our
going, right?
vacation on Instagram.
Sports Illustrated Weekly podcast available.
You're
wherever
gonna do
you
it
get your
from
podcasts.
Greece?
We'll call you guys. Will be the guests from
Let's
Greece.
go.
Done.
Let's
Yeah.
talk.
Done and done.
I was stabbed in Cyprus.
Oh my God.
I nearly bled out, but someone jammed a gyro, right?
Oh yeah. Call
Poured a frappe
Stuffed it
all
with
over
Greek
me.
salad.
that good tzatziki call.
Tzatziki, and then they heated it up.
Some feta right over it.
Halloumi. You're gonna be fine.
Sports Illustrated
Sets you right
Weekly
up.
podcast. Colleen, do you
She's the
still
best.
have? You got the split ends going?
No.
Okay.
You know what? We're just hanging out. We're
right,
gonna,
hanging out till
we're
the
gonna see
season.
what happens at NFL Network. We
Let's
got
go.
inside training camp coming up
Sure.
soon, preseason, all of it.
It's a story I got going too.
All right, I'm going to jump in the pool. We'll be right back.
Who knows?
And wrap it up from the Elks Club. Tim
You know
Gates
what?
is going to take over.
I'm going to jump in the pool and attack these kids in this shark outfit.
Do it.
They are going to freak out.
Where do you want me? That way?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go do it now.
Done.
It's all Weiss wants from me is to jump in the pool in this stupid outfit.
Done. I'm
gonna do
attacking
it.
I'm attacking some kids. Here it comes. Thank you, John. Thank you, Colleen.
It's Vic
I'm
the
Max
Brick
from
here.
Attorney
Listen,
Sweet James.
stay where you
Getting
are.
seriously injured
My
in an accident can be
haiku
life-changing.
is up next.
At Sweet James Accident Attorneys,
for you.
we help hundreds of clients
I'm
get the
feeling
medical
you.
care they need and recover millions of dollars each and every month. If you or someone you love has ever hurt in an accident, call us for a free consultation. You won't pay a dime until we win. Let Sweet James be by
Party
your side
haiku
to turn
for
your setback
you.
into your comeback.
On the Petros and Money Virtual Chevy Summer Tour. Come on down to
Attorney
my
Sweet James.
pool, baby.
Getting seriously injured in an accident
Come
can
on
be life-changing.
down.
At Sweet
We'll
James Accident
play
Attorneys, we
away.
help hundreds of clients
Come
get the medical
on
care they
down
need
to
and
my
recover
pool,
millions of dollars
baby.
each and
We'll
every
play
month.
with our pink flamingo
If you or someone you love
flotation
has ever
devices
been
and
in
sail
an accident, call us for a free
away.
consultation.
Come
You
on
won't
down
pay a
to
dime
my
until we
pool,
win.
baby.
Sweet James be by your
Come
side
on
to
down.
turn your
We'll
setback
sail
into your
away. A pool party, y'all. Pool party, y'all. pool party, all
I'm Max
feeling
from
you.
Sweet James.
And now
Getting
back
seriously injured in an
to the
accident can be
pool
life-changing.
masters
At Sweet James
themselves.
Accident Attorneys,
They're
we
beyond
help
the
hundreds of
cabanas.
clients get the
They're
medical
beyond
care
the
they
beach.
need
They're beyond
and
the
recover
pool.
millions of
Petros
dollars
some money.
each and every
Chevy virtual summer
someone
tour.
you love is
Yeah, I'm feeling
for a
you.
It's Victor Brick here. Until we win.
Stay where you
Sweet
are.
James be by
My
your side
haiku
to turn your
is up
setback
next.
into your
Haiku
comeback.
for you. I'm feeling you.
I'm accident attorney Sweet James. Getting seriously injured in an accident can be life-changing. At Sweet James Accident Attorneys, we help hundreds of clients get the medical care they
Pool
need.
party.
Back to Josh. Finish is left. Under and done. Here's the pitch to Mookie Betts. He launches it deep.
Get it done, I gotta move.
Murray drops
Put in
back.
the work, you can't stop me, I won't lose.
Finds opening. And touchdown.
With 100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes, it's more than a sports drink. It's Body Armor Edge. This is Body Armor Edge.
I come all the way out here for Manchester United just to see Petros and money.
Back to Josh. Finish is left. Under and done. Here's the pitch to Mookie Betts. He launches it deep.
Get it done, I gotta move.
Murray drops
Put in
back.
the work, you can't stop me, I won't lose.
With 100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes, it's more than a sports drink.
And enter to win the brand new Chevy Silverado. Amp570LAsports.com/Chevy or just click and you could be the next big winner. Log on right now and enter to win the brand new Chevy Silverado. Amp570LAsports.com/Chevy or just click and you could be the next big winner.
Summer tour stop memories, easy one for me. Vans headquarters, half pipe, hanging out with Steve Caballero, Christian Hosoi, sadly R.I.P. Jeff Grasso, one of our all-time favorites, spending time with us, riding the pipes, seeing all the kids out there, Steve Van Dorn grilling up food. I mean, was there a that was the true definition of a summer tour stop. Took over a parking lot, built a half pipe, had a shoe that was a car, Steve Van Dorn grilling, all them skateboarders and us having a great time. And hopefully we will find 6 more that can top that unbelievable accomplishment in the history of the Petros and Money Show.
Ball is on the air and on your phone. Stream all the games on the iHeartRadio app and get all our exclusive Dodger podcasts as well. Just listen to AM 570 LA Sports every game, all season long.
There is now this sweet new feature. You hit that button, you can interact with us live in the moment during the stream. We love that you podcast and have made the iHeartRadio app the #1 podcast platform in all the land, and we appreciate you procuring our podcast there. But moving forward, hit that button. Interact with us.
Dodgers baseball is on the air and on your phone. Stream all the games on the iHeartRadio app and get all our exclusive Dodger podcasts as well. Just listen to AM 570 LA Sports every game, all season long.
All right, it's another year and another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour. Thanks so much for being with us. We cannot thank you enough because of your participation last year and so far this year. We get to keep doing this, so stick around. We're giving a lot of huge prizes away, plus some more great sports talk still to come. It's the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour.
It's another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour stop. Another chance to sign up to win a brand new 2022 Chevy Silverado. Presented by Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Now back to Petros Papadakis and Matt Money Smith.
All right, it's another year and another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour. Thanks so much for being with us. We cannot thank you enough because of your participation last year and so far this year. We get to keep doing this, so stick around. We're giving a lot of huge prizes away, plus some more great sports talk still to come. It's the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour.
It's another Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour stop. Another chance to sign up to win a brand new 2022 Chevy Silverado. Presented by Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Now back to Petros Papadakis and Matt Money Smith. Presented by Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
He's a longshore man, a Pedro man. Thank you to everybody.
Thank you to everybody. That's that. We went a little long with everyone, understandably. City of Hope, as our PMS City of Hope pregame reminds you, a world-renowned research and treatment center for cancer, diabetes, and other life-threatening diseases. Coming up, Tim Cates with Dodgers on deck. It's Dodgers versus Giants. Coming up just after 7 p.m. right here on your home of the Dodgers, AM 570 LA Sports. Thank you to everybody for coming out. Thank you to Chevy, to Sweet James, to C4 Body Armor, Zing Zangs. Win yourself a 2022 Chevy Silverado by visiting AM 570 LA Sports Chat Chevy.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you to Dave Weiss, Don Martin, and everybody that's involved. Bert Weimer.
And we got to go.
And Ronnie.
AM 570.